Can I have your attention before we start the meeting, before the treasurer comes? My name is Debbie Salas, I'm the secretary. This legislation that I have has nothing to do with the chamber. What I'm doing on my own as a resident of Niland, I'm going to call the TV station, KM, that one.
KMTV.
Well, whatever, I'm going to call as many as I can, to come and do the situation. So this says, I don't want you, this has nothing to do with the chamber, I'm doing this on my own. Because I already know IIB already sent a certified letter to one of the residents here saying it was an act of God and they're not gonna do anything. So, I am going to.
Hey, can you repeat that? I didn't get it. What did the ID say?
IIB sent a certified letter to one of our citizens here.
No, I never received. Oh, yeah, I received now, but that's was the.
They sent a certified letter, the one you have to write, saying that you received it. To this person, this gentleman, saying that they are not responsible for the act of God. So that's why I'm gonna reach out to the news to come and see us, but I need everybody to see, whoever wants to be involved in this meeting, everybody can have to speak.
So in other words, all the applications that we've been dropped, they're gonna deny?
Yeah.
They're not even been submitted.
Okay, here's the thing. Same as for
Okay, this is unofficial, okay, this is an unofficial business at the chamber.
I want to say something to that subject.
Who told you that?
I was there when the gentleman was at the post office, and I asked him,
Oh,
I seen the letter, I seen the letter.
okay.
So you want to pass?
Well, I'm gonna pass this on, if you wanna be called when the TV comes.
Yes, okay, so this is not, evidential yet, I don't have proof. However, from my research, there will be two reasons why we have to be liable. We have video proof in our community that they did not stop the water. They let the water run the canal, the little canal, full to the brim as the act of God rained upon us. And yes, they are correct, if you're religious, act of God, act of nature. That I think it was not our fault, it is absolutely not their fault. It is their fault, however, that they didn't open the floodgates, which would have allowed the water, instead of breaching the canal and running into the to actually water goes to the least of this, right?
But they did 2 weeks ago, before that, and that was gonna rain.
Right.
Yeah, we heard.
Number one. Number two, there are some people flood, to divert the water into what's called flood pools. The pool for that is have pools. As soon as that flood happened, guess who was out there for 2 weeks straight, 24/7? The IIE, cleaning the cauldrons, fixing the hole, making the diversion of the flood. They are public record on that.
Reflooding our space.
Yeah, we also be flooding the space in that process. So they cannot say that, no, they didn't do that, no, because they didn't fix it all the time. The only people that say just say, oh, my house got flooded, give me $10,000, that's at the front. No, you didn't open the floodgates, and we need the legal help.
So just to add, Andra, Victoria, Dennis, Martha, and the private citizens did public comment, and we had other residents. So Saturday night, did public comment to the state already, and yesterday I was in the hospital with the undersecretary of the USDA, which is the one under the main person of the USDA, and I mentioned to her that IID had denied already one claim, and she's up in Washington, she's gonna go back to DC and see if hopefully they can get some type of funding. But they already know that the Hillary was approved, the disaster funding, but now the USDA had that hearing, also was there and did tell her that the rating was worse than the Hillary, so we're hoping that she can help us out. But like I said, she's the one below the main person that really has to see. So I guess the county or the state has not reached out to the USDA regarding the rate, but we're continuously working on that.
So that $50,000 from September 1st, that they're saying that they posted on the Madam Speaker's website, where it says that $50,000 was raised for September 1st. They're saying that you have to have a median number in the household, the maximum income of so much, you have to show your taxes, you have to show all of this stuff in order to file.
I think with the chambers,
This has to do with September 1st flooding. This is the federal thing for the September 1st flooding. Right now, what? That's our most really. Yeah, here we go. So, County Imperial, ARPA, disaster relief fund, qualifications and instructions. It was going to September 1st incident. Okay, so it's saying closing date is the end of January. You have to meet all of these requirements in order to even file.
I think April's the one that.
Yeah, I'm gonna discuss that. So, okay, so we talk about that today? So look at the agenda for proposals. So this is just listed on our basic meeting. Give me a second.
Agenda.
Okay. I'm sorry. Literally. I got another statement.
voy a traer las agendas.
Pero esas copias y todo eso que está haciendo es de la gente.
There's more people. Okay, I guess I can read this. How many people?
Marta, ya no hay agenda.
Sí,
Sí,
¿qué ocupas?
las está armando, pues, eso es lo que te estoy diciendo. Aquí fue
These are for the month of November. So that's how it starts. This section is
Okay, here, dear, so you could tell them that information. Información para
50.
Entonces, ustedes no van a pagar eso y el resto del dinero, ustedes se van a quedar con él. Eso es lo que yo te quiero
Arturo, you, Aristeo, according to them,
ahora.
Aristeo, déjame explicar y después haces toda la fiesta. Nos estás atacando cuando se han dado chance.
No, es que me están preguntando y yo
Y espera que cuando se acaben de preguntar, les contesto todas las preguntas de
no soy yo, mujer. A mí me dan la guapa, mami.
Okay. Do you need me to move?
No lo pagué, lo bajé. Nomás tengo Wait, Deputy, can I have your attention, please? Is there anybody in here that needs the application for the $50,000? Anybody else who needs an application for the $50,000? Everybody's got an application?
Bye, Candy. with a cap on your income.
Hello. Hello. Okay. Okay, excuse me, can we keep it down? We're gonna start. I do apologize for the delay. I hope everyone got a copy of everything, and I'm gonna give it over to Martha to start our meeting today. Yes, if you guys could please silence your phones. There's a lot of information. I know you guys have a lot of questions today, so we'll be here to answer everything as much as we can. Okay, call to order. Stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Okay, President Martha Mata. Here. Treasurer April Ochoa. Here. Director Arturo Guevara. Myself, Secretary Salas, here. We have a quorum. 4-0-0.
Item 4, agenda approval.
Monthly meetings. We have Niland monthly meeting.
We're going to move this forward till next month.
Muy mal.
January the 10th.
Approval of minutes is gonna be at the next meeting. January 10th, the approval of minutes.
Will be till January the 10th.
That's normal for you. Whoever is secretary. Or what I put it in.
Okay, item 6 is the secretary's report. That would be Debbie Salas.
I have, we have received several donations, from different organizations and different companies that have sent in checks, they have been deposited. Myself and Hazel are keeping, records of it so we can send them thank you cards or thank you notes for them, for all the companies that have been helping us. And there's still some more coming in, to my knowledge. As far as mail, we just get regular mail, our light bill, our water bill, it comes in, it gets taken out of the bank automatically, so we just get the paper bill. And we get notices from Golden State Water that they're still trying to raise up the prices and stuff, so we have those notices also. Thank you.
And now for our financial report. Our treasurer, April Ochoa. Okay, good afternoon. There is, you guys all got a, what is it, like 8 pages of our, every account that we have with our Sun community. I do apologize, I forgot to bring the bank statements, I forgot them in my office. But I did disclose everything and that we have in our dividend savings. It's where we deposit all of our, if you received any donations for floods. For example, if you look there at line 2, we received that $50,000 check from the county. It's in there and it's reconciled because you have the backup information for that. If you look to the second page behind it, there was no withdrawals out of that savings account. But on the third page, I did attach proof that the money was deposited there, the 50,000, and there's also $260 that were deposited. So everything's there. If you look over at page 3, we have our nonprofit checkings. So we received $90 from our Divvy account into that account. Reason for that, when we were doing the math on how much money was paid from the checkings account for the snow cones, we realized that $90 were still not paid back into the checkings account. That was for the Divvy Duck, so we reimbursed that account with those $90. Line number 2, it's $300. The reason 2 and 3 are not reconciled is because those monies, and if you look at the note that I put in the bottom, it says that deposits were made to this account. Those funds were collected by prior director Rosera Saiza, and when she gave the money to Debbie Salafico, Rosera did not give any receipts for those monies, but only for Olga Garcia, which is her membership fees. And we went ahead and deposited this money into this account, but I did not find any paper trail, and obviously she did not tell us who the money was received from because there was no receipts or anything in that. Number 4 is an outreach engagement that Debbie attends. I believe this is the last meeting, and we received $500 for her to go and be involved in this program, which is for the chambers.
Yes, that is the last $500 check that we got from Rocky Boros from the Imperial Wellness Foundation. And he stipulated $3,000 for us, so that's the last check that we will receive, $500 for everyone. So we no longer will receive that.
Okay, on the next page for the withdrawals that we have this month, we paid $52.87 to Golden State Water. We have 3 IID bills, and I kind of broke it down there. There's one for 1024, which is the front of the building. The front, for these buildings, we paid $282.54, and for the back properties, $13.37. It was reconciled because we obviously have the back end to support that. Here is the $50,000 check that's part of the savings on the next page to show you what we received and when it was issued. It says there November 14th. On the following page, there's the backup for that $500 check that we received for that outreach and engagement that Debbie just spoke about. Following page is our money market. There wasn't anything that happened, so we just got the annual percentage dividend, which was $2.37. Same thing, there was no withdrawals out of the account, so it stays the same. For our IIP comparison to store, same thing, there was nothing withdrawn or deposited to that account, and it reconciled. So let's go to the next page. On our events account, it shows same thing, 19 cents that we got for our dividend deposit. There was no withdrawal to deposit. Dippy Duck. On the Dippy Duck, it shows here, and I do apologize, I'm realizing this right now, again, and I will, but it shows here the $90 withdrawals, right, on this page, and that reflects over what we were talking about depositing to our checking account for the $90 from the summer last from the snow cones. Those were the $90 that were withdrawn from the IMG grants to pay back into the checking account.
I would like to. Now, on the Dippy Duck account, that's the one that we received the check, I believe, for $2,000. Now, on this account can only be used for when we have our splash pool day for the kids, or I just call them, or we can have movie nights for the kids, or if we do anything regarding our children, like our kids, we can utilize some of this money, but we just gotta have explanation in case they come and ask questions. So I just want to explain it this way. Thank you.
The last page is it's same thing, another deposit and stuff from the money that we received from the Gateway Church for $1,050 that went into our, I believe it's our savings, our savings account, and that is the backup. And then right there it shows the money that was deposited that we couldn't really paper trail. There wasn't really much activity I'll be able to disclose about 2-3 months back, for June, July, August, and September to give you guys information on those prior months. So that's it.
Number 8 is new business, and it's donations for the Christmas with Santa Claus event. Did you want me to read it? You read it?
So for this event, we made donation letters sent out to several businesses, and the businesses that did donate, and that we received the money as of yesterday, we listed them here, just letting you guys know that this is the money that we're gonna be using for Saturday's events. We bought gifts for the kids and food and all those things that benefit our community. And really, it's gonna be an event for the kids. And the total amount so far was $1,850. That money is gonna be transferred into our events account. So right now, it doesn't reflect because what we went over for financial is November, but for December, you guys will see that money in that account. And we're also gonna create a spreadsheet where it's gonna show what our expenses were for this event, kind of give you guys an idea of how much was spent and used for this event, okay?
Okay. The volunteers that we had, and we're gonna continue to have, Avery Gutierrez, Nicolai Ramirez, Sandra Verduzco, Adriana Rivera, Kathy Hobbs, and Patrice Sullivan. And Sergio Rivera. Oh, and Hoser, he swept them up in here today.
What is his full name?
Jose Jimenez. I am going to introduce Los Amigos de la Comunidad Incorporated. Eric Reyes, on the IAB things.
I don't need a microphone. I'm gonna speak on the microphone. Le voy a pedir que me dejen terminar. I'm gonna ask you, let me finish all the way through. There's 2 parts before any questions, all right? Questions will be answered. I don't have all the answers, but here you go. I met with ISD Director Alex Cardenas and their lawyer at my request on the flood because it was already coming up on 45 days on the winter plan. Yo pedí una junta con el doctor Alex Cardenas y el abogado de ISD porque ya llegaron los 45 días para la gente que metieron su queja bien rápido, ¿no? Okay. And it's true, they're going to reject all of them. Lo van a rechazar a todos. Ellos dicen, they said to protect the organization, para proteger la organización. All right? So they're saying it is an act of God, es un acto de Dios that they could not control, que no podían controlar. ¿Verdad? That's fine. They have the right to do that. Ellos tienen derecho a hacer eso. All right. So what can we do? We have an appeal process. Nosotros podemos apelar, right? Not through the IID, no por el IID. Ellos ya rechazaron, they have rejected it. The lawyer was here. ¿Se acuerdan cuando vino el abogado? And what did he say? The appeal process is you have to file a lawsuit. La apelación es una demanda, right? Okay. So estamos claros con eso, eso es primero, okay? Si no te mandaron una carta diciéndote que no, if they have not sent you a letter after the 45 days, even if it's past 45 days, that is an automatic rejection. Eso es una rechaza automática. Alright? Aunque te mandan la carta, no te tienen que mandar la carta. They do not have to send you the letter. They said they're going to try to send everyone the letter. And I think, has anyone received it? I mean, the question, no? Okay. ¿Recibiste la carta?
No, because my claim was not submitted.
Oh, okay. So we have until February, end of February, bills. All right, so,
What she means is that she gave her claim to somebody
Yeah.
and then they didn't submit her when they told her that they did.
Oh.
So that's the issue that I think she's having. Is that correct?
Well, I submitted my claim and it was never submitted, and it's been over a month.
yeah,
And they told you that they were gonna submit it for you, right?
No, we never did.
yeah, if you're the one who gave them to me, I have them here. They were not submitted because this is the second part. Okay, we're done with IID. You can ask me questions about that later. This is the second part. This was the segunda parte. I reached out a muchos abogados. I reached out to a lot of lawyers. I have a lot of network. Fortunately, one retired lawyer, un abogado retirado, se llama Ray Buendía. He reached out. Era del Valle, ahora vive en San Diego. He was from the Valley. He lives in San Diego. Pero él está retirado. He is retired. But he has a law firm that he talked to. Él tiene unos abogados que habló con ellos. One, that have experience doing these type of lawsuits. Primero, que tienen la experiencia de hacer este tipo de demanda. Y dos, they have the recursos. Two, they have the resources. Because they have to pay their team. Ellos tienen que pagar a su equipo, investigar, y los abogados to research. They have to pay their lawyers. We are not going to pay them, right? Out of our pocket. No lo vamos a pagar nosotros de nuestra bolsa, ¿ok? Ellos van a hacer, si toman el caso, they have not decided. If they take the case, they have not, no han hecho la decisión todavía, all right? They will then come and make a presentation. Entonces van a venir a hacer la presentación. One of the things they did ask is what he was talking about here, and I really need that information if we want to get them to take it on. Algo que sí pidieron, y sí necesito esa información, y les escuché a ustedes hablando de eso. An IED employee who said, I told them I had heard that already also. So that would help make them make decisions. Eso va a ayudar a hacer la decisión. If we can get that IED employee that they can talk to. All right. So I don't even know who the law firm is. I only know Ray Buendía, who is the in-between at this point. Because they don't want to be bombarded with calls from residents at this point. No quieren recibir 1,000,000 llamadas a este punto. No debe ser.
Dejamos ir a llevar en la tierra que sacamos de las casas.
So, ahí estamos con el caso. But they did give me some recommendations, me dieron unas recomendaciones, and that's something I have, the ones that were turned in to me, no son muchos, and I have more applications here, if you want to redo your claim and you haven't turned it in. Sí, tengo más aplicaciones, si quieren hacer otra vez su demanda, si no ya no le entregaste. They said, make it high, make everything bien alto, make your claims bien alto, que hagan sus sí, lo que es bien alto, y aquí mucha gente pusieron muy poco, ahora aquí put very little money.
Experiencia de
Ya sé. Por eso cuando me dijeron eso, yo me quedé con los.
See, they saw my claim, so I can't change what I.
No, yes, you can, because if you give it to me, it's not at IID.
No, when they came, they saw my claim. Gina saw my claim when I showed it to her.
Doesn't matter until you turn it official.
You
Hasta
actually
que lo
can,
entregues.
you actually
Yes.
can amend
Yes.
your claim. You could submit an
Yes.
amendment. One of the things that I do suggest, and I suggest to him, is that all the claims that were received on his behalf, I'm hoping that he's able to provide copies to each and every single one of you, because that is for your records. You need to keep a copy for your records. Now, number two is that me personally, I would request a receipt to show proof that that claim was filed, even if it gets denied, even if it's from him. He needs to submit these claims. If he hasn't done so, and if he's gonna do so, then my suggestion is that when he files, then he shows proof
Sure.
of that file.
Yeah.
If he's gonna email it, because you could email it, you could, mail it, or physically deliver it. There's 3 ways of getting that proof of receipt.
And you should have had a proof of receipt, right? The people who did turn it in, hay alguien aquí que sí lo entregó, did you get proof of receipt? ¿Te dieron una prueba? Nada?
What I want is my claim back so that I can turn it in tomorrow myself.
That's fine. Like I said, you're probably asking for too little. on the recommendation of lawyer, but that's your decision. Yeah, that's fine.
Because it was damage to my car.
Yeah, that's fine.
I did go to the body shop. and-
I didn't turn it in, and also, the reason why we put it, you know, we don't
Sí,
want
¿verdad?
is to be fair with them to help us, but look at,
They're not gonna be fair to you.
no, exactly.
Why are we being fair to them if they're not gonna? ¿Por qué
No
quieren
pagan
hacer
impuestos a
esto?
la luz.
¿Por qué? Pues claro, right? Ya tienes ejemplo. We have a history of the ID not being fair to the residents. Tenemos una historia grande del ID no ser justo a los residentes. We have to have a higher claim, according to the lawyers. They want you to do higher because obviously they're gonna get a cut, right?
Right.
If they win. If they lose, they get nothing. They have spent their money. Y eso es justo. And that is fair. They're not doing this for free at the end if they win. They do it for free if they lose. ¿Ok? Todos entienden eso. No lo van a hacer gratis totalmente. Van a hacer todo el trabajo, a pagar a sus abogados, los investigadores, lo van a pagar de su dinero de ellos como abogados, como compañía. Y si ganan, ellos ganan un porcentaje y vamos a negociar eso. Pero si pierden, no ganan nada. Ustedes no pagan nada de la multa.
What do you have?
The claim form that we turned in, try ID, are we gonna get it back?
Did you make a copy for yourself? Okay, so that's a really important thing that people need to understand, okay? And that we forget. It's really important that when you file your claim, make a copy for yourself. Even if they deny you, take a picture of each page, even if they deny you, you have a copy. Because for you to now receive a copy back of that, that's gonna be a bit of a hassle.
But we have a process called Public Records Act. Sí podemos pedir eso, pero después del tiempo.
Fotos de los daños de mis propiedades.
Yeah, turn it in. Entrega eso.
See, my suggestion is that, I think, and this is my opinion, I'm almost certain that you could file the claim, even if you get denied, you could still, and I'm pretty sure the attorney would still want to take you in part of, if it's gonna
No,
be.
you still be part of the lawsuit,
Like, you
but
won't
you're gonna
get
be limited to
shunned
what you
away.
can win.
You
That's
won't
the
get
point.
shunned away.
No,
for
you will
filing.
be you'll be part of the lawsuit, but then you limited yourself. Como dijo el abogado, sí pueden hacer todavía parte de la demanda, pero
But-
ahora ustedes se pusieron un límite de lo que pueden ganar.
Why would that be a limit?
That's the way that tort law
Then
works.
you
In their
claim it.
in their experience.
And you claim
Yeah.
$5,000 or $6,000.
And I saw a lot of the claims, las quejas estaban muy bajos. Y les dijimos, hágalo más alto. ¿Cómo que vas a poner alfombra por $1,000? Es imposible.
Okay, so that's one of the things that, people came here the day that you came,
Yeah.
and that's what they wanted you to help them.
We told them, we did help fill out some.
But no.
The ones that turned them in,
You told them to just write in whatever they could on that 2-3 lines.
Right.
This is what the people need, the people need,
That's why we're not turning it in.
Okay,
Hey,
that
let
is
it go.
them.
Yeah.
What the people-
¿Qué paper que Spencer though?
Okay,
Please, and I asked for that time.
Yeah,
Yeah, please.
yeah, let
I'm
him,
asking nicely.
yeah, let him.
Yeah.
It's just,
Okay, and when you're finished, you can make all your quejas you want. Everyone can.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be fair. Okay, I'm giving my time, I wanna help. Okay, so that's why we kept them too, because we were gonna review them. Y si les dije, vamos a revisar, ya que porque él me habló. And we're seeing, according to him and what we saw, it's way too low. I don't know about everyone else que lo mandaron, ¿verdad?
So my question is that when you're saying that we're gonna go for this lawsuit?
Well, I'm not saying we are,
Right, I understand that.
maybe.
Maybe. Will that include the Slab City residents, considering I just recently learned that we are not part of Niland? Would that include us as well? If we submit the claims, because
Yes.
they're still not taking care of the stuff that's out there.
Yeah, they said yes, there is an issue obviously that is not your personal property, you know, the whole property issue.
Yeah.
They said yes,
Yeah.
that they would also throw that into the lawsuit.
Okay.
If you file an individual claim,
Yes.
can't do it for the area,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
no, we wanted to just move it.
you know, and they said you guys really need to have very strong, visuals.
Oh, yeah, no, we got video, we can help you.
Okay. Question?
If the IID, like I went and they paid my electric bill, the doctor didn't.
No, it's a whole different program, that they have millions of dollars in each program.
To the CEO, he told me to bring up and
Yeah.
pay for 2 months.
Yeah, that's a whole, that they have, that money is money you pay, it's called public benefit, payment, you pay that every month, everyone in the, you see it, PPR, you look at it, every month we're paying, the higher the bill, más que more goes to the program. Cualquier cosa, esta queja no te va a afectar en nada. This lawsuit will not affect you in any other issue with IAD. It's separate, not related at all, yeah. No se preocupen. If you have a discount, you're gonna still have your senior discount or your income discount. Descuenta, todavía se tiene descuenta. ¿Mande?
El bill de la luz va a llegar más alto.
Ya está bien alta. Okay, question.
Si este abogado no acepta el caso, ya no hay otro abogado, ya no hay.
Yo no tengo otro, yo lo mandé a varios, ojalá alguien más que. I sent it out to a whole bunch of people in my network. This is the one that responded. I do not have one yet that has responded.
You guys can get pictures from the satellite, right?
Yeah. They did tell me that Johnny Fong hired a lawyer for his mother. She lives in Niland, I guess. So that is actually in our favor because he's only paying for her. But that's fine. That will help in the case. Eso te va a ayudar. Johnny Fong ganó un abogado para su mamá propio, ¿verdad? Pero más para ella. Pues eso nos va a ayudar en el caso si da
What's the actual timeline?
Well, you still have 3 months to turn in your claim. Voy a tener 3 meses para hacer su queja.
Eric,
Yeah,
when I went over there, it's from September 1st,
yeah.
September, October, November, December 1st, February 1st to last. We don't even count February.
Yeah, so he's got another month, month and a half. It's better to have pictures and more proof, better. Es mejor tener más pruebas, fotos y todo. And if anybody made but in your house, en tu casa. And if anybody made, estimates from someone went and did the construction, make sure you have that estimate. Yes. Yes, yes. That would be the best way instead of me just saying, what's this much?
So, 2 more questions.
Yeah.
One, the applications that were turned into you.
Yeah, they're right here.
What's the timeline for those to be reviewed and turned in? And then the second question is, if this lawsuit goes forward, what are the lawyers and stuff gonna request in exchange for their services of the community? Is there gonna be a percentage that they're gonna take from everybody's claims? Are they doing a pro bono?
Not pro bono, no. They will do it free upfront. They will do it free if we don't win.
Okay.
And then you'll negotiate, before you enter into it, whoever signs, you'll all have to come into consensus on what the percentage
Okay,
is.
so that'll be where everybody comes together
Yeah,
on that.
right.
And then with the applications that were turned into you, time for me.
This, I'm gonna go with each person individually and try to up their, like we said we would after we talk to the lawyer.
Okay, because there's just been, anxiety over the.
Yeah, I completely understand, but I did tell them, all the people who called me, I said, look, we're talking to the lawyer, and they're saying we need to do a little bit better than just an estimate, and some estimates were just random.
Yeah, they should be doing higher, because if you guys do the class action,
Yeah.
then that's the number they're gonna be looking at.
Yeah, debe ser más alto.
And who's qualified to give that price?
Mande?
Who's qualified to do that?
This is what they said.
Company that is.
The ID said either you get a contractor or you get a handyman, but obviously a contractor's a whole.
They want to have a license too.
Well, no, when the lawyer was here.
Yeah.
He said you can get a handyman, sure.
Yeah, for their benefit, because they know it's gonna be a low cost.
Well, no, they said, well, here's the thing, I'm just
No,
reading what the lawyer said, he just said, okay, for example, a fence, this is the number off my head, $1,000 for the fence. Well, they're gonna do an estimate and say, oh, it's closed or not in the ballpark, they're asking too much money, so we're gonna reject it. But if you get it from a contractor, it's gonna hold more weight, because,
I understand that.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
but that's what he said when he was here, and that's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can also put in there your personal trauma. Put in there a cost of what you had to go to clean your place, things you lost, and there's lingering, you could have mold you don't even know about in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to put that in there, and why you're putting a cost to that.
How to clean the under the tree.
Right, all of that, yes. You need to put that in there.
There's nobody that wants to do it.
Well, you see, there's mold, and then for example, say, you know, the water is inside your house, right? Now, you can't just replace half the drywall. You need to do all of it.
Right. That's a bigger cost,
Yeah, so
exactly.
now, this is what's gonna happen.
And the inconvenience of then having to redo all that work in your home or trailer or wherever you live, that is also an inconvenience that needs to be paid. Eso, cualquier cosa en tiempo, cualquier cosa que no los conviene a ese tiempo para arreglar las grandes de su casa, eso debe ser pagado también. You should have the right, and that's what we're raising. Okay, lots of cases they put personal trauma. Pregunta.
So, is there a lawyer, private, like, if we find a lawyer?
Yeah, if you get a private lawyer, that would help the case overall for everybody. Definitely. Yeah. I know Johnny, Fong has one, right? I don't know who else.
What about if the water doesn't?
If you can have a proof that that's what it was, the lady, the other lady put in her car also. Yeah, the damage and everything. Anything else? Anything else? Question?
The money, if we get any money for the $50,000, it doesn't, nothing.
Just
Went into her car.
If we get any money from the funds for the $50,000, doesn't hurt.
No, that's a completely separate fund from the county of Imperial. Yeah, totally separate, and then do it.
Yeah, that's just a grant from the county, it has nothing to do with the IID.
Right.
No, I know that's what happens.
No, it's only if you receive money from the IID or your insurance, then you will no longer qualify. So let's say you applied for your insurance on your car and you get money, as an example, then obviously you're not gonna qualify to get more money from a lawsuit because it's like double dipping, you've already gotten money for that.
Alright.
Erica,
Yeah.
application that you have, are you gonna give it to the individuals too?
If they want them, yes.
Yes, a lot of them want them.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Question?
You know, I was gonna make a suggestion, para una cosa que pueden hacer, si son del campo, también pueden hablar a CRLA, a ver si de casualidad ellos pueden procesar su caso. If you're a farm worker, you could possibly call CRLA with the piquetero and ask for if they could possibly process your claim with CRLA. And I can call her later and just ask. Pero muchas veces they have a lot of legal services that they offer. I just found out a lot of the extra ones that they have. I don't know if this is one of them, but if you are, let me know and then I can get back to you and let you know what she responds.
So we are on a deadline. That's fine. Now the lawyer knows that. Los abogados saben. Ellos ya tienen mucha experiencia. Ellos me dijeron, tienes este tiempo, este tiempo, este tiempo. The lawyers know the timeline. They told me from here to here to here. All right, and then after the rejection of the claim, so we need to know when you turned in your claim. There's also a timeline to sue.
30 days.
To sue is much longer.
The reason I'm asking is because I was at the post office with the gentleman that received Mr. Aguilar. I asked him, could you please open that, if you don't mind, he opened it, he had to sign for it certified. On that letter, they did say act of God,
Yeah.
and that he had to find his own lawyer, and I believe it said 30 days after that.
Yeah, I'll make sure of that, but I don't think it's 30 days. I'll make sure with the law firm there. But we do have a deadline to file for lawsuit. Yeah. También hay un tiempo que se para para hacer la demanda después de que rechazaron. That's why it's kind of not fair, no es justo que ya pasaron los 45 días, that 45 days have passed and you don't have an official letter. We don't have now a timeline, no tenemos el día donde tenemos para empezar hasta cuándo podemos demandar. So ¿Todos están de acuerdo de eso?
We go back to IAD and get our main form and put in.
The IID? What about it?
We go back there and get the main form for all the pictures we gave them, we get that back from them.
You can, sure, you can ask them, the lawyer even said that IID changed the way they handle it. Lo cambiaron como lo hacían. Before the claim would come out in the meeting packet, antes salía la queja en el paquete en el internet para ver y también en los papeles. IID rejects this claim. They no longer do that. The board no longer votes on it. La mesa de ya no votan eso. El abogado es el encargado. They gave that to the lawyer. Right? So they voted 5-0, including Gina, even though they said that she was like, let's try to help them out. She did vote to reject the claims. Once they explained to her that they have to protect the organization, which I don't believe is, they don't have to. They're elected officials. They don't work for them. So, los directores votaron 5-0 a rechazar en total todas las quejas como un acto de Dios, like it likes it.
Do you have any other repercussions that Jeffrey Holbrook would be facing considering we've done records requests? He still hasn't gotten back to us with the records?
Yeah, he has so many days to respond.
Okay, because he has not on several accounts.
Well, let me know and we can take that. You have to have proof of it when it's
I have
coming.
emails.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They should have sent you.
I was asking for maintenance records for the site.
Yeah, but they should have sent you a receipt.
There's been no
Yeah, okay,
response.
good to know. That's good for the lawyer.
So would you have documentation
Okay.
that we've been requesting?
So what do we need? We need that, and we need the IND employee, el empleado del IND, que dijo que no hicieron lo que mantenimiento que tienen que hacer. They said they were caught by surprise, que fue una sorpresa esta tormenta, that they were prepared for Hillary, but not for this one. Ellos estaban preparados para Hilaria, pero no para esto. I think we still have
That's
a
a
very
very
good.
that they had to be prepared even though just in case.
Right, always.
The IAD is waiting here.
Hola, uno por uno, please. Uno por uno. Ande.
The IAD employee is here and standing in the back.
Yeah, who is that? We need to know.
That's David McGowan.
And, Monica
He
Hopkins.
he was the one who stood back there and said that they screwed up. They
Well,
wanted-
hopefully he'll say that to the law firm.
When did that happen?
David
When was that?
David McGowan,
Montalvo.
he's a former employee of IAD.
Huh?
Janitor.
But I have a question. If they work for IT, won't they lose their job if they stay that? You don't have to lose
He's
your job.
retired.
But he knows the information.
He's got that paid. He's retired.
Okay. Okay, USDA, remember, they came here and they spoke to you.
I
You were
already
here.
called them.
Yeah, they said they would have you meeting here.
I already called them. We're in the process of
Okay.
getting USDA to come back over here.
But if not, you can always go to their office in Central. That's it. Imperial on Aiton Road, I think, right? Yeah, they have money, they have business for people over 60, right? The tercera edad. Yeah, under 60, they have 1% loan.
Just,
Estamos en 1%.
just so you guys know though, they are very, very behind. So any loans
Yeah,
right now,
will take
they're
a while.
looking at a 2 to 3 year process because they're short staffed.
Let's keep hope alive, como dice Mona. All right, question.
¿No sería buena idea tomarle pruebas a la tierra que se quedó en las
Sí.
propiedades?
Sí.
Porque estaba saliendo de los drenajes.
Ajá.
En donde no hay tapaderas, por más razón.
Tengo pilas de tierra en mi casa todavía.
Yeah.
Pilas grandes.
Sure. That would definitely need to be tested, sure. Yeah, take some pictures of that, they should be tested. De seguro tienen cosas malas en eso.
Take pictures of the piles of dirt, because IIG was already informed by, Indonesia was with the state legislature at that meeting yesterday. They were unaware of the piles of dirt, so a lot of our people here are getting a call from them. I don't know.
That's why we need to have as much of this as possible. We need this type of proof, we need to have a test that agree. Yeah, question?
Because all the water into the manhole.
Right.
Were bubbling.
Yeah.
So
That was
now-
worse for her because everything hooked up and came through her property.
Yeah.
Then you don't go zip it out.
Also, like, all the manholes flooding, and all the places came up.
I have a question.
Question?
Did the one house, the only one house that was authorized to be cleaned? That's correct.
Was that what?
The one, the only house in Niland that was, what was it, accepted to be cleaned after the flood? Wasn't there like one house that they were like, we're gonna clean this one? And it was like an abandoned house because the sewage leak, I don't know if that.
I think who claimed it, the county or?
Yeah, it was supposed to be county and Denver. But they were supposed to go through because of the sewage that leaked out here. But they'd only authorized one abandoned house.
Yeah,
And I don't think that it ever was.
all right.
Okay, I think that the most,
Pues para la atención, por favor, vamos pues. Les pedí respeto, por favor.
Okay,
Ya después habla todo lo que gusta.
I think the most important thing that, we should all focus on for the ones that are gonna file the claim or refile the claim because they wanna change the amounts and all that, is that if you have your application, look it over again and start looking at those numbers, like how he's saying. And then reach out to him and let him know, you know what, I have the application, can you please review it, or email it to him, or, you know, or however he wants to do it, that when you guys get in touch with him. That way, when he speaks to that attorney, and I believe what he says, you know, any attorney who's gonna wanna take a case in that manner, he's definitely gonna want numbers. Okay, the more claims, the better it is for him. So, we only see a few people here today, but we have neighbors, right, that we know that are complaining of everything that they were affected. Let's get them to be in this, let's get them to apply, because a lot of people, I know for a fact, people that are just like, I'm not gonna do the paperwork.
They do not want, yeah.
Now-
That's one thing the lawyer said, we need everyone to make a change.
Now, that attorney, okay, you guys let me talk?
Yeah, debe terminar.
Okay, that attorney, like how Monica was talking about, he's gonna request soil samples from a specialized engineer. You know, that soil sample, and I say this because through my employer, we just hired one, you're looking at about $15,000
Right.
just for soil samples. Because they won't just take soil samples from you, or if you send it to an agriculture lab. No, they want it to be specifically from someone who has a license, who's engineered. So it's a huge process. But yes, if you guys want this to go to a class action lawsuit, we need to tell everybody,
We need
get
numbers.
involved, put numbers. Make sure that think about this. Salud, God bless you. How much would it cost, like how you mentioned, the fence? Everybody looks at Niland and they think like, you know, you'll pay a few dollars. But if you go to the Citadel Central or Imperial Raleigh, you wanna get a quote for a fence, how much money is that?
It's very expensive.
Very
Yeah,
expensive.
very
So
expensive.
that is the amount of money that you're gonna list on your paperwork.
They can
Because
go
we,
and give like this.
because we are valued, okay. At least get numbers, at least get estimates. I know it's not cheap to get, like how he said, like from a contractor, you know, they cost money, I understand that, but let's put numbers out there so they see that we are also affected. Just because we're an island doesn't mean that we're not anybody.
You
We're
have the
equal
right.
to everybody else in this county.
We have every right to do what we're doing.
So, for example, you know people, I know people that don't want to apply, let's push them. Yes.
When Kelly was here, we brought this problem up with the sewage. But he told us,
Usted, por favor, deja a la gente hablar, por favor. Una gente
Can you guys
quiere
be
escuchar.
quiet and just let the people talk, because I have your questions afterwards, please.
Por favor, let the gente
Kelly told us, he stood right there where you're at and said, that we talked to him about the sewer and the dirt and all the problems it's causing. He said that they're making an appointment with the county, and the county was gonna send somebody out there to do the soil contract. He said it right there.
hold them accountable to.
So we
Mr.
can
John Gay.
get a hold of the county and make a complaint so they can send somebody out there to test the toilet. He said, they should have got some
Complaint to Mr. John Day.
He said that they would call the county to come out and take the toilet down.
Okay, all right. Question.
Would the chamber be willing to sponsor a contractor to come out and go basically door to door to give estimates?
I think
So they
that
can get a
is,
real number?
I think that that's something we definitely need to discuss amongst ourselves, because I'm pretty sure you've seen what's in our bank accounts. We
But they might even do.
Like a
it
pro
for-
bono or for a,
We would just do it as a
Yeah,
hey.
we'll definitely look into that, looking for a contractor that could do that. If you guys have any suggestions of contractors you may know, let us know, and then we could look at our numbers as well, because we as well have bills to pay here, and we wanna make sure that during the months that we don't have events that contribute as money for the chambers, that we have enough money to pay these bills, property taxes and all that. But yeah, definitely, I think it's something that we do wanna help.
Yeah.
So if you guys know contractors, send us, their contact information, and then we can send out emails. I mean, an email, nowadays, everybody does emails, so we
Get
could
the numbers that you're looking for.
maybe they work for partial, just a donation, come and evaluate the town. If somebody's filled out a claim form, let's go, door
Or
to
like
door
a
to door.
contract, when we finally do get this stuff moving where they give us the money to fix things, we write a contract with them that says, we will use you. Something of that nature that says, hey, come and give us quotes, and then when this all goes through, we will use you to fix these things.
Right.
Like a promise for services kind of contract, so that we can get
Very
these
good.
things taken care of, with the professional saying, hey, these are the real numbers in real time to get what we need.
Yeah.
I mean, it might work with.
it's an option, yeah, definitely.
Option to pursue. Okay, on my part, any questions more from me, I will still be back here at the end of the week. We can go forward.
¿Vas a recoger ahorita todos los estudios?
Si lo quieres entregar, sí, aquí voy a estar.
Tienes copia, necesitas copia por usted. Okay, can I have your attention? Bueno, era por
Pues lo mandamos, we had a meeting en el centro, a todos había 20 personas que sí fueron. Unos se ganan y la mayoría de les dije la fecha.
Can I have your attention, please? Can I have everyone that's here, please sign this, print, sign, and just put your information, please? It's not going anywhere, it's gonna be here with us, it's staying with us, we're not gonna allow your information. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm gonna call the television. I'm gonna call all kinds of TV stations. When they're gonna come, I'm gonna invite all of you to come. When they're out.
Okay. Las preguntas después, no las sacamos. Okay, can, we let? Okay, se pueden sentar, can you guys sit down? Victoria, let's do this afterwards, because then the talking gets a little loud. Order! Por favor, se puede sentar, Aristeo.
Okay, we're gonna continue on our agenda. The item D is the vendor forms for the Tomato Festival. We're gonna have them available by, to send us out an email requesting for these vendor forms.
These vendor forms are gonna
Hoy
be
en el item D, que es la vendor forms
for the tomato
for the
festival.
Tomato Festival, which
If you
is
get it, if you wanna sell something at a tomato festival on February 3rd,
for February 3rd.
we're gonna have two separate forms, one for the food, which I'm in charge of, and one for the vendors, if you're gonna sell candles, clothes, two different forms, okay?
Item E is dinner for last year's tomato event helpers. And that will take place on January the 20th of 2024. And item F is volunteers for our annual Tomato Festival, which is February the 3rd of 2024. And you can contact either me or Debbie or April if you want to volunteer. We can put you on the list.
And I have to understand that we already have Grupo Firme for the dance. We already have Balletto, Ballet, I can't say it. The Spanish, that one, the Folklorico already booked. And we already have the high school band already booked. When are you gonna have the dance? When?
It's gonna be February 3rd,
Saturday.
the Saturday,
It's
one
gonna
day
take place,
event.
it's gonna be a one-day event.
From 9 to 1, the dance.
And 9 in the morning or 9 in the night?
9 in the evening.
Make those meetings.
9 in the evening, yes, ma'am.
Que vayas a las 9 de la mañana.
No, when it comes to the dance, it's free, but we're gonna.
Be there early if you want.
I have a question.
Next item is item number 9,
Is-
soap business.
Isn't it usually a 3-day event or a weekend type event?
It usually is, but, the prior president that was here did not plan anything, so to plan an event for several days, it literally does take at least a 1-year process. And when I started here with the chambers, which was, October, there was nothing regarding the tomato festival. I suggested in moving it out a little bit further, so we could at least do it a 2-day event. But, they, requested that it be in February because it's something that's traditionally always been done in February. And realistically, we are in December, and to do a 2-day event, it's a lot. It takes a lot, and so
Volunteers.
we suggested to say, hey, we're at least gonna have a 1-day event, to give at least something to Niland, and letting them know, we're sorry, but at least on my behalf, the person who should have been taking care of this was the prior president. She should have, it's something that as soon as the tomato festival happens in February, we kind of start planning for the following year. And it wasn't done. And so this is where we're at today. But hopefully, next year, we're able to do at least a 2-day event. And I know a lot of people question regarding the rice. And I'll say this, I know that the prior president said the same thing. I did look into, prices. It is really expensive, and they suggest that we do it during the time that the fair's here and during the time that the Holtville Festival's kind of around, so it's cheaper for us. But even then, we're looking at least a $15,000 deposit. And so,
20,000.
from what I'm told.
Yeah, go higher.
That's just the deposit, okay? But, this is where we're at. This is why it's gonna be only a 1-day event, because we don't wanna disappoint the people already more than they've already been disappointed.
Yes, so everything will be happening on 1 day, starting in the morning. You have a question? Yes?
I remember not long ago, I ran into you in the gang show. I remember a long time ago when I ran for Tomato Festival Queen. You know, the chamber. I sold the most tickets. I got back from the chamber, $500 check to the chamber. when I ran for Tomato Festival. We should do it and do that increments, the 1%. As much as they sell this, I don't know the percentage, but everyone who sells gets something. Gets something. What happened from back then to now?
No, they do get 25%.
Yeah?
But I wanted last year
But
30%.
I'm talking about the rides and everything, the rides, the last time they had rides was 9 years ago. And they didn't make enough money for all their people here at their counties to be here. So now, if you want the rides here, like she said, we have to do it because people are here. I even reached out to the LA County Fair, Wade Cameron shows, I know him personally. But it's too much for them to bring all their rides up here, if they're not gonna, that's why they want $20,000 deposit.
They just wanna make sure that they get paid. They wanna make sure that their employees get paid and they get paid for the rides and, so that's why realistically, I think that if you want the rights, you're looking at least 2 to 3 years realistically, because that means saving up money.
Specifically just for the rides.
Yeah.
Hey, don't take it wrong, please. I know you always wanted to do something for the kids. You said you're gonna spend $15,000 give and another 20 for the film group. So why don't get that money? Why we don't get, wait, and remember what George Carlin say about kids, okay? But why we don't do this all together, all the money, and everybody, and we can use the money to invest in this building and bring it back. And just in case another tornado came, at least it's gonna be a good refugee for us, because the cartoon houses that we have, they're gonna blow. We're gonna blow with the house too,
I
right?
think you're right.
We need a gate.
Both buildings need a lot of
Safe
work.
place, vacation and everything. We have a
Okay. Arturo, Guaristeo, you're right. Both buildings need a lot of work. And the thing is, you can never win with people. Our suggestion is to do this Christmas event for the kids, because here's the reality fact. Niland is considered one of our lowest incomes in Imperial County. And it's very hard financially for a lot of parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles that are raising kids themselves to give their children. So this is just a little something from us to give to them. It's not a lot. Now, do we plan on investing in these buildings and trying to fix them up? Yes. That is, I think, one of our next goals. That is the goal after our tomato festival. If we made, I don't know how much money we're gonna make, because we're on such a high country, that with that money, we are able to contribute to the buildings. But we can also take away the things that help the community. But if you wanna donate money so we could fix it, then that would be great as well.
But you already mentioned that you already want to invest $20,000 in that dance group, and then another $50,000. Yes, you say that.
No, she didn't say
I
$20,000.
didn't say 20,000 for the group of people, no, senora.
It was for the fair.
Exactly, it's the same thing.
That's why we're saying this is something that we're looking at a future from 2 to 3 years. This is not something that we don't have. To start off, we don't have that kind of money. You have copies of what, hold on.
Forget it.
You have copies of what's in our bank account. Don't, I like you very much, but don't try to stir the pot. We don't have that kind of funding. That's a reality. When she suggested, instead what she said, it was an estimate of what they're telling us of how much they need as a deposit. We don't have that kind of money. That's why we don't have a fair. We can't have the fair, the carnival. That's why we said 2 to 3 years, because we do have other priorities. Is that an answer for you?
Yes. Are we working on, we're talking about old business and stuff? No, we're just open for it.
We're
Not
still
yet.
all business.
Okay. So I was just wondering if we got the kitchen done.
¿Qué pasó con el cerco?
Yes.
Todavía no hemos agarrado a alguien que venga y nos cotice del cerco.
¿Por qué no le hablas al que era esposo de la Yoli? Él hace techos, hace todo, hace cercos y todo.
Okay, one of the things though, yes, that we need to look at, it's about getting a quote for the fencing. Okay, so here's the reality. We need to make sure that the person that's gonna come is also gonna be willing to sign either a workers' compensation, so we don't get sued, that they're gonna be willing to do the paperwork, because we need to write out a check, and for IRS tax purposes. A lot of people, and I know this, because I pay people cash in my home, but they wanna get paid cash, and we can't do it that way. If this person wants to get paid cash, then we can't, because we have to do everything by paper trail. A lot of things were done before that way, but this is why we are where we are today, and we're trying to be better. And by doing that is having paper trail. Anybody that works here for the chambers, that does anything, picking up a piece of paper, anything, there's gonna be a paper trail for that. Why? Because this is, again, transparency. There's no more of that gray area. This is el dinero del cerco de lo que se dio de la aseguranza, the money's still there in the bank account. I'm sorry?
Does it have to be licensed a person?
Yes, yes. Because we want them to fill out all the forms that they're insured. If they get hurt, we are liable. We do not want to be liable. That's the problem. Yes.
On that subject, is there any way to put on the agenda that you guys could vote on that hole that is,
In the front.
I think it's a liability, because if somebody hurts themselves, it's a liability for the chamber. Never mind somebody getting
I
hurt.
have something to say.
And right when that could be fixed, the door on the shed that was destroyed by the burglar,
Yeah.
if that could be fixed, maybe, that's not a huge problem, that is maybe within the means of the chamber to get that done.
I submitted a claim form for that home. We were denied because it's not a, I don't know what he said. We need to just cover it up with cement. He said. They don't do that. Our insurance that we have does not cover that kind of
Hey,
rain.
get a bunch of rocks and
Yeah.
get a shovel and pull it up.
That's something that we definitely could do.
Then,
If that's something definitely that we could do, like how he said, get a shovel and cover it up. If anybody's also willing to help, I know that is, sometimes people's schedule are really busy, mine is, but I do.
Because these people, they're lazy.
volunteer, that's fantastic.
Arturo, tú, Anastel,
I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
who is lazy?
From me, yeah, I'm not lazy.
Come get me.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, it does also state, and I really like you a lot.
No, let's keep saying it over and over, okay.
No, no, no.
Personal, hold on, no,
don't
it doesn't,
take
hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now, so we're clear. If you keep doing these personal attacks on individuals, slanderous comments, or comments which we invade an individual's rights and privacy are prohibited. If you don't get your act together, hold on, I'm gonna ask you nicely to please be respectful, and if you can't, then I'm gonna ask you nicely for you to step away.
Les estoy levantando falsos.
You're saying that we're all lazy. You're making an assumption, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna stop you right there, right now. I don't know their schedules, but I know they're busy. I know I work 40 to 50 hours a week. I know he works. So when you say that we're lazy, you're making an assumption. You're assuming, and that is wrong. If you wanna come and help us, we'd be more than happy to come and help us, because, again, my schedule's full. No. I get home every day at 8 o'clock at night, but if you want me to go grab my shovel and do that, I'll go ahead and do it. I get up every day at 4 in the morning. So, please, don't make that assumption that you don't know.
No, tengo derecho a réplica. For your knowledge. Yo acabo de recibir cirugía en mis ojos. Iba a haber un festival aquí y los baños no estaban available. Y entonces preguntaron por quién podía venir de voluntario. ¿Y qué hice? My brother and I, it wasn't summertime, no air condition, I was fixing the bathrooms, both.
Yes, you did, sir.
Thank you.
But I stopped doing that because.
And I'm sorry that you have
Because
a bad
not you, the other board, they don't deserve to be.
Hey, let's go on to something else, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
If you want to ask me,
Again, I want to move forward, I get it, there's things in the past, I can't change the past, let's move forward, and I'm sorry for that. Yes, Victoria?
give them a towel right here.
No, the kitchen hasn't been taken care of.
What's that other one?
It's on the list, there is an update, Debbie can give you that update.
Okay, are we gonna go all the way up to that one?
Yes,
Okay, we're gonna go to Ames Kitchen Update. Yes, ma'am.
Do you guys have a license for, beer?
No, I applied for the beer, in fact, I'm gonna do it soon for the tomato festival.
And if we were to have a fundraising, just for the chamber, that is chamber,
Yes, ma'am.
here at the chamber, will you still rent us out the building? Okay, if I was to have a big party here, just a fundraising
For the
for
chamber.
yourself, for the chamber,
Then
for
no.
the chamber,
No,
you won't bring me out the building?
Yes, but we won't charge you.
you will not be charged because it's a fundraising for the chamber.
But I'll be charged to rent the building?
No, you won't be charged. If it's a fundraiser for the chamber, obviously, we're not gonna charge you.
Okay, now the update on the kitchen, I spoke to Mr. Mercado. What we're gonna do, the hood that we have is a 9-footer, it's way too big. So Arturo measured the stove. So we need an 8-foot, not a 9-footer, an 8-footer, because in order for us to be inspected by the Jeep, and if it passes, it has to be 6 inches all the way around the stove. So we need an 8-footer, so we're gonna take that one back and get an 8-foot that he has on his premises, just swap it out. Me and Martha went through the last time, and I have to talk to him, I told him after next week, because we have our,
What's the whole party? What's the whole up on that? Just because of the Christmas party?
yes, that's correct.
Okay, so we've already gotten the whole transportation of the old ones taken care of.
No, not yet.
We need a volunteer for the truck.
We need, and they're not willing to swap it out if they brought the wrong one.
No,
I was ready, I got ready.
So, yeah, it would be great, leave me your number so we could, work it out. Debbie just gave me the gentleman's number yesterday, I didn't have an opportunity to call him yesterday
Get
today.
it, I will get it. I'll take the other one back.
And, yeah.
Appreciate it.
He has it ready already.
So it's just ready to be dropped off. That's,
You got this one out, put over there already?
it's in the back of the hall.
Yeah, I think that would be the other one. I got a problem.
Okay, director's gonna say something?
Mira, aquí hay fricción en unos personas que vienen a la junta y tienen derecho. Estoy de acuerdo con ellos, porque años atrás
He says that there are some people here that have some friction when they come to the meetings because of years ago.
este edificio, tanto como la propiedad alrededor, han agarrado dinero por la renta de la antena.
Because of this building and from the property around here, they've gotten a rental income because of the antenna the Chambers has.
Han tenido un swami años atrás.
There used to be a swapping here years ago.
Han tenido un RV dam, te cobraban dinero,
They used to have an RV dump here before that they received income.
que
from.
para mí era ilegal.
That for him it was illegal.
Para mí ellos trajeron problemas para la comunidad y estamos sufriendo las consecuencias.
I think that they brought problems for the community and now we're suffering the consequences.
Por eso las personas tienen a veces esa forma de portarse negativo con nosotros, pero por causa de esas personas que ya no participan,
He says because of those people that were previously here, because of those decisions that they made, that are no longer with us,
porque aquí ya no pudieron hacer nada, porque la gente no aceptó en las condiciones que trabajaban ellos.
because they could no longer continue doing what they were doing. I'm assuming he's talking about the prior board members, that they could continue doing what they were doing because the people weren't accepting of them.
Pero si quieren ver esas personas dónde están, se fueron hacia otros grupos.
But if you want to see where those people are at today, they're no longer part of the chambers and they're now involved in other groups.
Y nos representan, siguen representando a la comunidad bajo el otro nombre.
They're involved in another group and they're representing us under another.
Y nosotros que estamos viniendo aquí, nuevos miembros que nunca podíamos participar. Un ejemplo soy yo, no hablo el inglés, ¿Cuántas personas de Niland nacidos aquí y hablan los dos idiomas no ocupan mi lugar?
He says that a lot of people who weren't able to be involved, like himself, who doesn't speak English but speaks Spanish, and there's people that are born here who speak English and Spanish that are not here like how he is here
¿Saben por qué
today.
no está? Porque estas personas llegó el límite que nos dimos cuenta que hacían muchas cosas que no estaban permitidas y desaparecían cosas.
He says that they're not here because a lot of things that they were doing were wrong, and the things that should have been here, a lot of things disappeared.
Personas que han donado cosas, es un ejemplo.
People that donated things as an
Si
example.
ustedes miran, ¿qué hace falta ahí?
If you guys look, what's missing there?
¿Qué más miran aquí que hace falta?
The refrigerator and the couch is no longer here.
Vayan y miren allá en la esquina donde está supuestamente el escritorio.
And then the desk.
Hey, you know what, that's the past, that's bullshit.
No, es presente. ¿Cuándo pasó eso?
This just happened, hold on a second. This just happened about a week ago. A week ago.
¿This is the past?
We're talking about the people who need to
No,
be-
¿sabes qué?
He's talking about.
La razón que tú estás aquí por y te ofendes, porque estoy hablando la verdad. Entonces, sí, son personas que están incómodas porque ya miraron que hay un cambio.
Please. So,
Okay, forget about it, finish it. Oh, I'm gonna.
But yeah, why did you have it?
okay, so this is what happened.
Okay.
Rosetta Saisa, who was the director here, donated some items. She donated a fridge, she donated a couch, and they donated other things. When Rosetta left, she said she no longer wanted to donate those items, and she took a lot of those items. Then a week ago, she sent out a message to Marta saying that she wanted those items that she donated. And my response to that was, once you donate something, you don't get it back. So Marta, listen, Marta did allow them to come back and take those things, and we were informed about 2-3 days later what happened, because we came in here and the things were gone. And that's when we asked her, where were those things? And she allowed Rosetta to come back and take those things even though they were donated. Well, that was a decision that she solely made by herself, because it wasn't, when it was discussed, we said that once an item is donated, you don't come back and take it.
Yes, Victoria, when people donate things like that to us, would it be a good idea to create a paper trail saying that they donated this and that
Yes.
this is now the chamber's property?
I agree, I created
Because I
that
think
form actually.
That's.
And so what we have suggested to her is that before Rosetta came over here and she was gonna take the things that she donated, that we watch, okay, you're gonna take the couch, let me write that down, you're taking the couch, you're taking the
Because
fridge.
now that's a donation
And
to
please
her.
sign it that you took these items. But she made that decision upon herself and let her in, and she took these items. So in reality, if you ask me what she took, we don't know. I don't think she even knows herself, because she allowed her to just take. I got a call from Debbie yesterday saying if I had seen a computer. I've been here and I've never seen a computer. Yes,
No, I heard they bought computers, and my question is,
where are they?
yeah.
That's the thing she asked me, they're not here. So that's why it's so important how he's saying, how she's saying paper trail, because
April, can you give me the opportunity? Look, let me add something too, that nobody knew this or no. Remember the other board, when they left, Vicky Chavez, she was one of them. When she left, she started taking away the knockers from the doors. Because I got it, I'm gonna take it away. And she got a screwdriver and she was taking away.
Oh, yeah, there needs to be a form for that.
there has to be forms, and sadly enough is that we didn't.
That's the kind of people they be
Running.
here, running this place.
And so, I'm just gonna say something, look, maybe some of the board members might find me that I may be pushy or bossy, And
You
that's,
have to be right.
but I'm not trying to be that way. All I'm trying to do is, like how I expressed before, is that even if we are sitting here and we're not getting paid, we still need to have a paper trail, and we need to treat it like a job. That means that there's paper trail for everything, documentation, and just because you're my best friend, I'm not gonna let you have a free community event. Just because you're my friend, I'm not gonna charge you to rent things. Just because you're my friend, I'm gonna allow you to take extra things. No, because this is why everybody, I'm ashamed that every time we have a meeting, we have these ugly arguments. I'm pretty sure you've been to several meetings, and this is the first meeting that you see that people are so argumentative.
No.
No? Okay. Well,
It's normal, it's very normal.
but,
But
there needs to be more,
it's,
there shouldn't be a model.
puedo, me voy a presentar, soy Niland Alonso Garza y soy candidata para supervisor. Pero la verdad que les voy a decir que el motivo que estoy aquí, and the reason that I'm here, I'm Niland Alonso Garza, and I'm a candidate for supervisor. I've been doing a lot of research in different communities. Not just Niland, this is my first time here, but I've been meeting with different people in their homes and at, bookstores. This is a restaurant, I love it now. In Calapat and in Westmoreland and, Bombay Beach and, and Desert Forest. We are humans, somos humanos. En todas las comunidades, lo único que yo miro es que nos estamos dividiendo, donde debemos estar. We should be united, but we're divided. And that's something that I have on my platform. I will be honest, because it saddens me. We have so much potential. Tenemos mucho potencial. Y las personas con las que yo me he estado viendo fuera de aquí, que quieren venir aquí y decir, aquí nos vamos a llevar el líquido de todos ustedes. People that I've been meeting with on the outside who are looking at this as the next gold mine, but look at, they don't. They're not talking about me because they're like, oh, let them fight amongst themselves. Like they don't even know what they want. And I'm not quoting anyone in particular, but that is the vibe. So one of the reasons that I have been taking my time, una de las razones por las cuales yo estoy visitando personalmente, me estoy sentando con personas, escuchándolos, es porque escucho lo que ellos están viendo y yo sé que lo que tienen ustedes es el duelo. You're hurt because there's been so much division. And what we need to work on is working together to make sure that they don't come and take advantage of us. Tenemos que trabajar juntos. Y sí, half is the power. But it's so important for you all, everyone, to be together. And it's normal, honestly, April, it's normal. I've seen it, I've been in nonprofit organizations since I was a kid. I grew up in it. And it's normal. But when it's important for us to come together, es importante, es normal. Yo desde chica tengo en organizaciones de no lucro. Pero lo que es importante ahorita para nuestra comunidad, especialmente ustedes, me quiebra el corazón porque van a venir y van a querer entrar y van a quererse aprovechar. People are going to come in, they're going to see you guys are not organized, and you guys are not united, and they're going to take advantage of us. And I include myself as us, even though I don't have an address here. Because this is before, this is the community I want to represent. Vamos a tener que empezar a ver cómo podemos resolver estos diferentes cosas que no estamos en común y enfocarnos en algo que sí tenemos en común. Es asegurar que tengamos representación y tengamos voz y tengamos la fuerza de unidad del pueblo. We have to make sure that we have a united front, that we have a united voice, that we have a collective power in order to stand up for corporate America.
Okay.
Solo hay tres cosas: no robar, no mentir y no traicionar al pueblo. Y lo que le sucede a Niland es que tenemos hambre o sed de justicia. ¿Por qué? Hemos sido abandonados. Siempre llegan y lo que ellos dictan, eso es lo que sucede. Porque we don't get representation. We don't get a leader. We don't get a mayor.
Okay, we're just, still, we're gonna move forward. I agree with you on a lot of things.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go on with our agenda. And we're in item A, number 9, item A, and it's Christmas with Santa Claus on December the 16th of 2023, which is this Saturday. It starts at 9 and ends at 1. I also want to announce that this Saturday, the water company is again giving us turkeys, and it's on a first come, first serve. And it's going to be in this building at 9 in the morning.
And all around.
Sorry?
9 a.m.
Yeah, and all are welcome. Saturday, the same day as our Christmas event.
In this building.
Yeah.
This Saturday, December 16th.
Yeah, also this Saturday, and the same thing with our Christmas event is gonna be at 9 in the morning also. And Santa's coming.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You have a question?
If going back to what Greg was saying about or how you were saying about going and getting our neighbors to get together and helping for the situation of the flood and everything, is there some way or somehow that I can volunteer?
Yeah.
And I don't that way, I don't mind going door to door knocking.
That's one of the things.
On my time.
Stay here after the meeting.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we're lacking is volunteers.
I don't like that at all.
Puedo sugerir
Yeah, we'd be more than happy for you guys to want to volunteer with us.
puedo sugerir
Greatly appreciate it.
por un
Okay, item B is our tomato festival date, which is Saturday, February the 3rd of 2024. And item C is applications for the King and Queen. We're looking for candidates still, and no matter how old you are, we have categories. And right here, we indicate the infant, toddler, 1 month to 4 years. The junior, 5 years old to 12 years old. Miss and Mr. Tomato, 13 years old to 18 years old. And Mr. and Miss Senior Tomato, 19 years old and up.
Like how, can I be a queen?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And we already have all the tickets available, and April has the applications.
They're $1 a ticket. So we have the applications, here. All the information for that, you guys can come by and pick one after the meeting, and we'll hand it out to you guys.
Yes. Because we're also looking for a volunteer or two to coordinate the King and Queen. They take care of the tickets, they take care of getting them out, issuing them as they're going along.
Any volunteers that are here, willing to help, it would be really, really grateful. I know last year we had a situation, and we want to repay you back by that dinner that we're gonna have next month, January 20th, as a thank you, even though it's almost a year late, but thank you for taking your time to us. We're gonna feed you, we're gonna take care of you that day. But for these volunteers that are gonna help us, I give you my word that I'm gonna make sure that you guys get, a thank you dinner for the hard work that you guys are gonna do by helping us help the community. So if anybody wants to volunteer, help out, even if it's a few hours, it would be greatly appreciated.
Okay,
Didn't you have that one already, the volunteers for Christmas with Santa?
Yeah, those are for the Santa, and then we're talking also for the,
Oh, ya les pasa el sábado, ya lo hicieron, ya se van a comer.
okay.
okay, and now a reminder, item B, the future members and the new memberships process, fee, and dates of the membership.
So just remember that starting January 1st, we are gonna be taking in new applications. I know it used to be done a little bit different, but to make it easier for everyone, membership is gonna be from January to December, it's gonna be $20, and it's gonna be for a full year. Now, just to give you an example, if you pay for your membership next year in December, it does not get prorated. It's still $20, and again, you renew your fees, your membership fees starting January, and that will help us keep better track and get a better documentation process. So we could add emails and be emailing you, some of the people that have emails, you know, I like to receive emails of any updates that are going on in the events, and just kind of keeping it that way.
I already paid
Yes.
for the Rosetta, to Rosetta.
I did the last day she was here.
So maybe those monies that isn't accounted for might be for that. Yes, sir.
Well, that was my question, are you gonna send information?
Yes, yeah, definitely, that's the main thing.
I'm gonna make a suggestion for you.
Yeah,
For organizations and businesses charging more.
We do,
Yeah.
we do.
You know,
For just general members, it's 20.
Yeah.
For organizations, I believe it's 75 or 100.
I would work on that and have different tiers for those who wanna give me more money. There's some that wanna help you.
Right. Can I just see a show of hands? So Aries, you paid Rosetta? Anybody else paid Rosetta that did not get
On the
Rosetta?
very day,
so on
wait, Angela, and I also
It's
did
the
for
day
my
she
husband,
left.
Jordan.
Yeah, they should have.
Jordan,
Monica, you too?
We don't know exactly who, so after the meeting that
María de la
come
Paz.
by and we can.
María de la Paz.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Yo también.
Okay, so right now, just for the documentation, I have Aries, Andra, Monico, Maria, and Rita. Anybody else paid that
Jordan.
day that was chaotic?
Jordan.
My husband, Jordan. He wasn't present, but he wanted to join. So I paid him.
Yeah, okay,
It's
so,
because she closed the books with all that money in there,
And
and
we
we
didn't have-
didn't know who had paid.
so then I
Thank you
could,
for
we could
coming
track
back.
back that, and then,
Yeah,
She has it.
Vince, you too, oh no, we got you already.
Yes, you're good.
Yeah.
okay. So, going ahead to item E, reminder, the bylaws review, reminder, and amendments process.
So, sometime in January, we're gonna send out a notice because we are gonna be looking into amending our bylaws. If you don't have a copy, I'll make sure by January, everybody gets a copy. I don't have a copy, but just mine today. So you guys could be, any suggestions, feedback, we'll take it in and we could do that because we are gonna be, I guess, changing, starting letter F. We're gonna be voting in for new board members. And so we just wanna make sure that by the time the new board members come in, our bylaws are up to date and current with our community
I'm glad to
situation.
do that because for the last 50 years, I never seen it.
20, the last one was done in 20
Just
minutes.
to show you.
So, about this, with new members, it's not exactly a secret that I want to be on the board because I want to make a difference. However, I am blocked from being on the board because I am not necessarily a Niland resident. I care about Niland, all of our resources come from Niland. Slab City brings a lot of tourism to Niland, and for the most part brings a lot of people here that would otherwise not come here. So I would like to ask that the board amend their bylaws to allow people from Slab City to be represented. So we too can be part of this community, so we can just be more hands to help. Because that's all we want to be, is be seen, be a part of it, and just be in on all the things going on. Because we're right there.
Yeah.
And we're not connected legally to anything or anybody.
That's one of the reasons I had suggested that we amend our bylaws right when I came in, but they suggested that we wait, so then we voted on waiting until this coming year because of everything that's going on, just getting everything out. And yes, you'll get copies of the bylaws, we'll definitely take in all those things.
But I think that it would just be in the best interest of the board to allow the other half of the township essentially.
And I also want to mention that the bylaws they were amended in the past, and we did have.
2019. It was in July of 2019.
The
that they
last
were
bylaws that I
Yeah,
have.
and we did allow, people from the slabs to become board members.
Okay, so when did that change from that? I'm confused. In February of 2019, I do believe that's.
July.
Okay, so that one says that there can't be soccer.
Yeah, it hasn't been amended since then, since
Okay.
July of 2019.
Exactly.
And in the last, I don't have copies of the prior one, but for the one that's currently right now in place, it does state, in section 3, letter C, to be eligible to be a director, the person elected must be a member in good standing for 1 year and be a Niland resident with a valid street address with the township of Niland for at least 1 year. Proof of residency will be verified. So that's one, and there's like probably 50 more things that we need to amend, because our bylaws do need to be updated.
You can actually call for the committee before to amend the bylaws immediately, as long as there's people who are willing to work on the committee. You could also just call for a vote to amend one part of the bylaws. You can amend just that one and not overhaul the whole thing and take a lot of time.
Right.
If there's a consensus from the board to put it on the agenda, and then your members and the voting according to that. I mean, that's just prior, different organizations do it differently, but that's something that you can possibly. Because I think that what everyone's saying is there's not enough volunteers. If you can get more volunteers, and like Eric said, if you're gonna put that stipulation, you're gonna miss out on big money that is not living in Niland, that could possibly, come in and become part of the director and really enhance the services and enhance the outreach because of their networks. But if you only limited, you're closing your doors to bigger possibilities, especially now when you're the focus of the Lithium Valley, not just for Imperial County, for the whole United States. So you just say you have to be from here to be part of that directorship. It's that you can add a little bit there to be able to start building.
And also, another really small but very significant part of it is that the majority of us in slabs are jobless, which means that people who would be on the board from slabs would literally dedicate all of their time to it. So there's really not downside to it, you know what I mean? As long as you can find a trustworthy person that you believe has the same vision as the board, I mean, I think that it would be, I don't know, I think that, and you're saying that could they then that,
It would have to be, also would have to be in the.
Yeah, you can amend, that would be right on.
Yes, you can amend.
Yeah, amend.
So
You
you
can
can
amend.
call for an emergency
That's
meeting,
nice,
and
yeah,
then one
we gotta put it on the agenda.
you can call for an emergency meeting and just have that as an agenda item and vote.
But it's up to you guys now, the board members, go through it and realize what you guys are gonna do. And then put it on the agenda.
She just read
and then
part
vote
of the
on it.
process. I don't know if anybody's going to hear it.
That's
So it
what
says
you do.
here-
But you gotta do it as a board.
Exactly, yeah, it says amending bylaws, section 1. These bylaws may be amended in any of the following methods. A, by a vote of 2/3 majority of the board of directors, provided that written notices of the proposed changes in the bylaws have first been mailed or given to each member of the chamber at least 10 days prior to the date of the meeting and is at the next regular meeting ratified. B, by a written assent of a majority of all members of the chamber, or C, by a majority vote of the members at a regular special meeting, provided a quorum is present and a written notice of the proposed changes quoted verbatim, I can say that right, has been mailed or given to each member of the chamber at least 10 days prior to such meeting.
Which that
Well,
is
to my knowledge, we as a board have the authorization right now to do it right now.
No, it needs to
No.
be. So
There has to be a process.
You're gonna call a special meeting, give notice to all of your members. Tell them what the change is. Call the meeting, bring the meeting just for that item. Don't bring all the other stuff, just for that item, then you call for a vote.
That's good, that's a special meeting every year.
That's a special meeting.
What about if you just, if you're not able to change the law, whatever, you can just allow one member of the staff to be a voice for them.
Yeah, anybody could be a volunteer, like, for example, at the current moment, Victoria wants to be part of the board. We're reading our bylaws, we can't. I had suggested that change to happen, and I was turned down on that. Then it got turned around and said, well, no, we wanna make the change, but then now they don't wanna abide by the bylaws. So right now, I'm abiding by the bylaws, I don't have anything against you. But as for the time being, she could definitely still volunteer and be a part of it and help us out in whatever she can. She's not being turned away, no one is being turned away.
So you guys got to discuss it amongst yourselves, and decide if you guys want to change it, and then 10 days prior, tell everybody to have a special meeting just for that one item on the agenda.
Yeah, because if you, let's say you put it tomorrow, send out the notice, 10 days would be right after Christmas, and it would still be before your tomato festival, and you're gonna need more people, right?
Yeah, and then for our next meeting, and then it will be ratified on the next regular meeting.
But if you call a special meeting, it's there.
No, yeah, it says there, but it is at the next regular meeting, so it would be notified for special meeting. I'm reading the bylaws right here. Anyways, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
So moving over to item G, filing of the nonprofit, the 501(c)(3) H&R Block, tentative date will be January of 2024. Yes?
So if you guys are filing to become a 501(c)(3), you're gonna be dropping your 501(c)(4), filing. I'm sorry? She moved on to item G, where you guys are talking about filing for 501(c)(3), so you're gonna drop your 501(c)(4) status.
No, we're still gonna keep it.
We're gonna have to be two separate entities.
Yes, that's correct. We're gonna change the name. We're gonna, Niland Foundation.
So it's no longer gonna be a chamber of commerce, it's gonna be just a regular nonprofit.
No, we're gonna keep both.
You have to be two separate legal entities.
You are,
Well, I don't want to answer that question because legally I don't probably have the correct answer to you, but from when we talked to Bridget, the lady from the H&R blog, basically kind of what Delia's saying, we are going to be able to keep both, but this nonprofit is not going to be the same name as the Niland Chamber of Commerce. It could be the NCC Foundation, but it's going to be where we're going to be able to take in all the donations and everything.
So why are we not looking to file as a 501(c)(6) or 501(c)(6), which is typically what chambers of commerce actually are? Because therefore you can do charitable donations, you can do the business, you can do the memberships. However, you're not limiting yourself by being a regular 501(c)(3), which would in turn make you where you can be able to have membership fees.
I don't know about all that, but if you do know about all that, let us know. This is the first time. So, I mean, we're open to what is better for the chambers. So if that's a better suggestion for us to file under that C6, then let's do it. But I don't know much about it, so if you have the information, send it to us so then we could all discuss it, review it, and see what's the best option, and talk to our H&R lady and say, hey, this came up to us, can you give me some feedback as well?
Absolutely.
and sorry, I have something to say about that. When I talk to Brigette, we're listed as the Niland Chamber of Commerce, when in reality, we're a private entity.
Right.
But we're not really a chamber, because the Chamber of Commerce has a lot of businesses they work with.
Right.
We don't.
Right, but you could if you were filed under the right status.
Right.
As a 501(c)(3), you're limiting yourself because you're considered a social welfare group.
That's right.
So a 501(c)(3) is just strictly a nonprofit, community welfare group. But if you were to become a 501(c)(6), you would actually have the ability to be a business as well as be a charitable organization. Is that all I'm saying?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We're gonna move on to the next one. We already did the teacher.
Yes, we did.
Okay, so we're gonna skip to, item I, which is the roofing project. And
So the roofing project, we had a gentleman that had quoted us a specific amount of money. I can't think of the amount right now, but, we were seeing if we could find someone else that would be, willing to meet everything, the requirements of doing the job and having all this documentation ready. We haven't been successful, so I think we're gonna end up moving with this gentleman, and maybe sometime in January having him to start fixing our roof, because like how he suggested, there's, yeah, he's a contractor, he's the one that gave us the quote. And, that way we can move forward, but that's, by January, we'll be able to tell you exactly who it's gonna be.
Okay, upcoming events for 2024, tentative for January the 20th.
January, we're gonna be able to disclose to the Niland community what events we're gonna have throughout the year. So you guys have it on your calendars and expect these community events that are gonna happen.
January 10th. That's why the Spaniel clinic should be mentioned.
Yeah.
Even though it's
Yeah.
actually, okay.
Yeah.
You want to put that on there? It is on January 22nd. That's the second this season. By season, we talk about the cool season, which is the better time to surgery for animals, especially native animals. So January 22nd, I will work with you, April, like last time.
Okay.
Exactly something that you can put on the chamber website. There'll be a vaccination walk-in clinics. I think your butter is on there. Thanks for being patient. You know, I tried to do it in the order, so.
Right.
The fiery butter will get.
And also, for your information, on January 28th, the council will have your doctor come in to do that, and for only for 1 hour, and I'll get more information. On January 28th, I believe that's it's Sunday.
And what is that, on the 28th?
The doctor, I can't remember her name.
It's gonna be for the Carroll County, right? The Carroll County, Carroll County does also the vaccination.
Oh, you're talking about the doctor, Sato,
January.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and post that flyer as well on our Facebook page.
Okay, item K is looking for 2 board members. Requirements are out to be on, actually, we need 3. Requirements are to be an active member. And, okay, so we have read all the requirements. Next is Imperial County Federal Grant Donation and Requirements.
Okay, I'll go ahead and talk about that. There's 2 pages that we already received. I think that's like the most important one. I know a lot of people are, I know a lot of people are not entirely happy, but this is what the county approved, and we have to abide by their rules. Does everybody have an application? Let me first talk, and then you can I'll answer your question.
Does anybody need this paper?
Does everybody have an application for the county? She needs one. Debbie, the lady upstairs. They're not here.
¿Nada más es esta?
Esa y es con 2 hojas. So there's the application and then the qualifications and requirements. Okay, so this is a $50,000 federal grant. Okay. One of the things that they requested is that all these documents that are here be completed and signed. Okay. We gotta make sure that each one is filled out entirely. Every person that applies must be at least 18 years old. There is a maximum income by number of persons in households. So if you live in a household of 1 or 2 people and don't make more than $52,800, then you qualify to apply. Same thing with the household of 3 to 4 people, you qualify to apply. There's that one, the money bracket. Household of 5 or more persons, there's the money bracket. I know that some people may not qualify because they go over the limits. And I do apologize, there is nothing I can do. The only other suggestion that we have, that we talked about it amongst ourselves, is that we have a little bit of money that we've received from the blood donations that we have for, in our bank account. I wanna say it's about $6,000, I'm not entirely sure right now on that number. And we suggested that whoever doesn't qualify, we split those funds equally amongst those applications. I don't know the amount just yet until we get to that point, okay? Now, number 5, it says pay stubs for the last 6 months. Somebody commented, well, what if I don't work? But you receive some form of income. If it's SSI, if it's cash aid, if it's retirement, whatever form of income that you receive, and needs to be disclosed. You need to get copies of all that. Yes, it could be your award letter from the Social Security, okay? The one thing that they did ask is that we show proof that you were residing here on September 1st when this happened. Get a rental receipt if you don't have one. Talk to the person that you're renting to give you proof. If you're a homeowner, then you have copies of your deeds, right, to show that you're, and then you have your property taxes that show that you live in this house. Anything that says, and it has the proof that you're a resident and that you were living here at that time. Now,
So the owner and the rental.
yes, so I'll give you an example. Let's say I live with, at Arturo's house. He doesn't live there. I could file a claim because me as a tenant was affected, right? And he could file a claim because his home was affected. So he files a claim, but he needs to show proof that he's the owner of the home, and I need to show proof that I'm the resident, so I have a rental receipt, okay? So that's one of the questions that some people have. That is your proof, that is your backup.
What about if I have a motorhome that I got it parked in front of it?
Then you need to get a rental receipt from whoever lives in that land, in that property, saying that you're renting them, okay? That's all we need. Do you pay property taxes for the mobile home? Or is it just then that's your proof.
No, it's a motorhome.
It's a motorhome? Okay, then just wherever you're staying at, have that person write you. If they haven't, then you need to show proof of a receipt saying that you were residing there September 1st.
For them saying that I'm parked right there.
Yes, sir. Okay, the other thing that they asked, they said, a proof of loss, damage, and images. And I put images for this reason. A lot of people cleaned up already a lot of their stuff, and some people didn't take pictures. Some people did, but like I suggested to some people, I think it was you earlier, I'm pretty sure, I think it was Monico who took a bunch of pictures where it shows where literally Niland's underwater. That's our proof. That is our proof. We have that proof. Yeah. So that's our proof. Now, we are gonna need a copy of your ID and your driver's license, a utility bill, some form of bill that says that you are a resident here. For example, you that you're suggesting that you're, I don't know if you're paying for water and trash to the owner of that property. Or if they included part of the rental fee that you pay, please make sure that they put in that receipt that it's the rental, water, and whatever bill that you're paying included in that fee. It's like, if, for example, if you live in a studio, everything's in a package deal, so make sure that it says on your receipt, okay? There is gonna be a process, so the applications open January 1st, and they close on January 31st, so it's really important that you guys fill out your paperwork. We are gonna have 2 days of clinic, but we're gonna do it by appointments. We're gonna take in each person and go through your paperwork. Please bring copies, because we also want you to keep copies for yourself, because we're also gonna keep copies for ourselves here, and we're gonna submit the copies to the county. That is what the requirement. we're gonna make sure we have all this documentation, and then we're gonna submit it to the county, okay? Once we review it and we say, yes, you're approved based on everything that you have here, then we're gonna reach out to you, give you a call and say, hey, you qualify based on the amount of applications. Let's say out of the $50,000 that there is, if only 40 apply, well, those $50,000 are gonna get divided amongst those 40. If 10 apply, $50,000 are gonna get divided amongst those 10. If 80 apply, same thing. Nobody's gonna get any more, any less, because in reality, I'm pretty sure that a lot of the damages are way more than what you're gonna receive, okay? So we just try to make it fair. So I put down an email there, but on our meeting, on our minutes, our agenda, you have everybody's email. Reach out to any email that you want. Give us a call if you have our numbers, and let us know that you want to come in so we could set up an appointment. It's gonna be on 2 Saturdays, one's gonna be January 20th and one's gonna be January 27th. And we wanna do some appointments where we're gonna take in your applications. And like I said, please bring copies. If you really can't, then we're gonna make copies here, but we want you to keep a copy for yourself for your records, okay? Because when we get those copies, we're gonna scan them and I'm gonna send them over to the county. This is one of the things that they requested. Yes.
Am I confused? Was it a different thing where the maximum amount that would be awarded to anybody was $500? That was initially mentioned, but did we get some other money from the county?
No, I think what maybe is the other group, the Northern Action.
Okay.
Northern Action, Northern Alliance, I apologize. They received some donations as well, and they did the application, then they gave out money.
That's fine.
I don't know how more they worked out, how many people applied and all that. But I do suggest that everybody apply. I mean, even if it's $200 to $300, it could be more. It could be, I more or less divided $50,000 by 80 applicants. We're looking at a $500 to $600. That could help at least a little bit of something from the losses that you have. You know, from not being able to pay your water bill, not being able to pay your gas. You know, a lot of people were affected. Yes.
So, but there was a question earlier that was asking that if you claim money from this, is that going to affect the IID claims?
It should not affect you because this is a grant from the county, not the IID.
I do have a question. I mean, where does the county come up with the, like, tax, like, the 52,000? Where they come up with these numbers?
And the federal guidelines,
What's that?
they're using the federal guidelines because it's federal funded.
Because it's not.
En los taxis, the property tax, fue traído okay, ¿son los que se van a pagar, que se pagarán en diciembre o los de?
I don't think it would really make a difference because it still discloses the address for this year. So, I mean, obviously the better, the closer to the year we're at, so December would be better. But if you can't find December, we'll accept it.
Also, I feel it's kind of screwed, though, like.
And you know what, I asked,
County though, right?
yeah, I asked the same questions and they said that one of the requirements, because it is a federal grant, is that there has to be a proof of residence. Because the issue was the slabs, right? There's a lot of people that were affected and they said, sorry.
No, but my thing is, I agree with, you know, the proof and all that, but what I'm saying.
Oh, with the brackets?
With taxes. The tax thing. The taxes, you have to show your taxes.
Proof of residency.
Proof of income. Okay, the taxes are because it's based on the bracket. So when you come in and bring your application, we're gonna ask how many people reside in your home. It's up to you to be honest and tell me.
I mean,
As an example, it's up to
I
you.
mean, okay, for example, like, luckily I wasn't affected, but I wouldn't even make it to the bottom of it, you know what I mean? Because, like, I would be like, you know, on the stage.
So I'll give you an example for myself. My home wasn't affected, but I do have a storage.
Sure.
And I didn't even want to go in there and look at it, and when I finally did, it was horrible. And my son and I had like a ton of collection of, sorry, not nervous. No, it's the collectibles like Spider-Man, like all that. It was like $20,000 worth of comics ruined. I am gonna apply, and I'm letting you guys know, because I don't make that much, I wish, I
No,
wish.
but that's what I'm saying,
But
to me, it's
it
discriminating.
is discriminative for you,
But say for example, I was affected,
you wouldn't qualify.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
But
I know.
not at all.
That's why we said, it really, and I'm gonna use the word, it really sucks that people don't qualify, that don't qualify for the ones, like, I have family that lives on First Street, both of them work.
Yeah.
Their homes were ruined.
Yeah, a lot of
and they
people.
don't qualify.
Exactly.
And
That's what I'm saying.
it really, I'm embarrassed to say it, but this is what, that's what we said, we don't have a lot of money.
No, I understand.
And for the ones, like, for example, you, Monico, let's say you were affected, I would still want you to apply, because even though it may not be a lot of money, what we have, we can still split that money and equal, and that's gonna be for the people that don't qualify. 'Cause
Yeah.
we want you to know that even though you may not qualify for this grant, what we have, we wanna give it back to the ones that did, and
No.
only make it in fairness.
Yeah, I'm just, I mean, luckily I said I wasn't affected, but I'm just like kind of trying to speak for others.
For others,
That
yeah.
also, work, and like they wouldn't even like qualify.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, it's kind of discriminative
It
about
is.
that part. Like, I understand proof of residency and everything else, but it's like the tax thing.
Yeah, at first, when I heard about this grant, and they said $50,000, I thought it was gonna be for everybody,
Yeah.
slabs and Niland, right? It was really nice when they mentioned it, $50,000.
And that's not a lot.
And yeah, and then when I spoke to them, and they said, well, it's only for this, and these are, and I'm like, wait, but when you guys, disclosed it, you never said that, right? You never said that, so everybody, really, a lot of people were counting on being part of that and
Yeah.
getting a little bit of something. But, sadly, it's out of my hands.
Okay, so this is the county.
Yeah, this is the county.
So like, when people come in, they're like, here's my taxes, that's my county, right?
Yeah, we are actually keep records as well. But yeah, it's going to the county. The reason, they're saying, the reason they're asking for everything, they're saying that, that there was a donation done during the fire. Okay, there was a donation done during the fire, and they didn't ask for any backup. And there is a lot of allegations of money. And so it kind of fit them and they're saying, you know what, we need this as a CYA to protect ourselves and yourselves.
My thing, like I said, like, I didn't agree with all that, the tax part.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Mándalita, perdóname.
Cuando ya esté la forma, ¿a quién le vamos a entregar nuestra información?
Por eso está el correo electrónico ahí, o si tienen mi número de teléfono, o de una de las muchachas, o de Arturo, nos van a hablar porque vamos a estar haciendo citas en este día, el día enero 20 o el día 27. Vamos a hacer citas para que venga la gente y nos traiga, porque si vienen todos en bola, pues va a estar difícil, y así ya les tomamos los documentos y los vamos a ir viendo. Se va a cerrar el 31 de enero, y ya empezando el día 1 vamos a empezar a ver todos los que calificaron y los que no calificaron.
Los que no calificaron.
Los que no calificaron tenemos como $6,000 en una de las cuentas de donaciones que nos dieron para lo que pasó el 1 de septiembre, y ese dinero lo vamos a repartir entre esas personas. No va a ser mucho porque no es mucho lo que se tiene, pero queremos, o sea, darles un poquito para atrás. Yo sé que es injusto como pusieron esto, pero eso está fuera de nuestro alcance porque es algo que el condado aprobó con el Estado
Porque
federal.
finalmente van a ayudar a la gente que no trabaja y los que sí trabajan que se jodan. Yo pienso que eso no está bien. Porque el agua no pidió permiso para entrar. Así que entro porque tú sí puedes calificar.
Y todo esto,
Okay, I have a question, April.
okay,
April, question, hold on. Didn't mean to interrupt. I was just asked, some of them are very concerned, they don't want to put their social security number.
Yeah,
That requirement.
yeah, all, they could erase all their numbers, and leave their last four, that is fine. Con que dejen de sus impuestos, ya, pueden borrar todos sus números y nomás dejar los últimos 4 números de sus impuestos y es todo.
No.
You can, according to this, everybody can fill the application, all the information put in an envelope, seal it, I mean, without checking that information, turn it in. They are the one who's gonna say yes or no, not you. Oh, you?
We are. We have to show, this is why,
Okay,
listen,
so they.
we're gonna get copies of every document there is. We have to send it to them, they're gonna double check.
Espérate, yo sé, está protegiendo su información.
Okay,
Pero en el Social Security report, it can be impossible to cover up the Social Security.
you can make a copy, no, it is possible, make copies, black it out with the marker, and you make a copy of that. Those are the requirements, there's nothing I can do, this is us just trying to help out, at least for the ones that are not. Is it unfair? Yes, I find it unfair, but again, there's nothing we could do. The money's already been donated, and we want to disperse it back, but these are the rules that they put.
Well, in my knowledge, I thought you're gonna turn in all those applications and envelopes. And they the one who's gonna decide. Now, you say, no, you approve.
We're gonna make sure, again,
Pues yo no sé si saben de matemáticas.
bueno,
Pero
again,
¿quiénes nos van a calificar?
I'm sorry?
You guys, whoever you are, you guys are gonna decide who gets the money.
We're gonna decide based on this. So this is why the county,
Not based on the level.
no.
And your income.
If you are, no, the county, the money is, okay, it's $50,000, okay? A lot of people have damages that are probably more than $50,000. Now, I can't pay one person $50,000. $50,000 does not cover everybody's damages. So everybody's gonna get it and equally paid. So that's why I'm saying, there's $50,000. If 20 people die, $50,000 is gonna get split between. Because this is what the county wants. Because they because it's a federal grant.
They're not going by economics. No, what they're saying is they would have to make less than that in order to qualify. So if you qualify with all the points, then you get added to the list of people that don't fit equally between.
Okay, can I have your attention, please, totally different from what we're talking about? I received this notice today, and I told the contractor that I was gonna let the people who live on Main Street, they're gonna be doing construction, so whoever is on Main Street must have got one of these. So they're gonna start construction already to do sidewalks, but the sidewalks are gonna be on that side of the street first, all the way to Memphis. So if you live on that side, you're gonna have to call them so they won't block you, because you always come back and forth out of your driveway. So I just thought I would let you know for everybody.
I just about that. I talked to the contractor, that was Victoria's, and what he told me, Dennis, so that they're gonna empty, so start with the north side,
They're gonna start on that side of the street.
right, of Main, but however, there is a future stipulation that is south also.
Yes, it's south. You're
And
gonna
he
get
told
south.
me, and then I was told what, because it could take 3 years.
That's what I was concerned, I told him, I go back and forth on my driveway. So, that's why, that's for everybody who lives on Main Street, I just wanted to let you know, thank you.
Okay, let's just move over to, if you guys have any questions, we'll be here after the meeting. Yeah, we're gonna go over the banking.
Real quick, I'm gonna go over our financial, what we have today in the bank, ready? In the savings, $58,344.13. In the checking, we have $13,999.72. In the money market, we have $3,602.06. In the events department, ID, 5,280.
Wait, in the IID?
Events, okay, IID 61502. Events, 5280.10. In the Dippy Duck, 1727.26. Thank you.
Okay, I guess whoever's left, we have the open forum, we have 3 minutes.
Anybody for open forum? Yes, sir.
Today, at the planning commission for the county, they passed the CTR, Control Thermal Resources, the one closest to you. It's right down the street.
That's not Ron, that's not his, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, so it passed the planning commission today, there were people there opposing it, that they had not done proper environmental review. So you are gonna have an impact, but when we talk to them, you know that. So we're gonna have to work together, asegurar que todo ese tierra no te llega a ser más. All right, we're gonna have to work together. Even though they have proof, llevaron pruebas científicos del medio ambiente, lo pasaron, pero el condado lo quiere. The county wants this project, right? We're gonna have to work hard to make sure we don't get as impacted as much as we're going to. All right, so it did pass today, so now it'll go to the county board, they'll pass it because they want it, but we need to make sure that they hear from you and us, that we have to take care
How
of
we gonna
these
do,
communities.
how we gonna know the reality? Because they lie.
starts,
They
no.
lie. You know, and I know
See.
that they lie.
Monitor, air monitors,
Eric, we have air monitors, and they're already
Yeah.
given by a doctor at Riverside.
right.
Our air monitors
Those
are
are getting-
saying they are off of there. Our
Yeah,
air
and it's gonna
monitors.
get worse, when we show the difference, that's what we need to.
But they never invite the chamber to these meetings, they invite Nelly, they invite Bombay, they forget about the chamber.
Which meeting?
Tomorrow, okay, tomorrow is a lithium meeting
Yeah, all the departments are gonna meet at one.
at 6 PM at the Calipatria Community Center next to the flagpole. That's 6 PM tomorrow, Community Center in Calipatria. It's a lithium future of Imperial Valley meeting.
That's ours.
That's you?
Yeah, los amigos de la comunidad. The county is having an meeting tomorrow on the specific plan, it's at 1 o'clock, and then there's
We
another.
can participate.
And then there's another one at 6 PM, I'm trying to remember where that, I cannot go because I'm hosting my own meeting with the Lions Club.
Is this what it is to?
No, mine is the outreach to make sure people know what's going on.
Okay.
And try to get their names and numbers so we can, when it's time, we need to.
So can you make sure that you send us all the meetings, so we can let the board know, so we can attend?
Yeah, well, send me emails and I can send them
Is there a
out.
way you guys have like a calendar of meetings? Okay,
Yeah, that would
so
be
we know
good.
that that's the day.
So, it's happening, it's gonna happen fast, you gotta be ready.
Okay. Next person.
Open forum.
Okay, aquí estoy nomás para invitarles que queríamos hacer una posada para la comunidad. Sabemos que hay necesidad, no nomás aquí, pero con las comunidades que ustedes tienen atrás. We, my community wanted to give back to the community and host a posada. Bring the community together during these difficult times. It's financially difficult, and so we are going to bring some pozole and bring some culture. Traer la cultura para que puedan aprender más de cómo, how we are different and we celebrate differently. You guys are doing something on Saturday, Christmas Eve, que es casi pues, para todos, ¿verdad? Pero una posada es más diferente. Y a la misma vez para que puedan
Well, that's gonna be up to all of you.
Oh.
I was hoping that we could do it there, but if needed, I have other options. But I think that you guys have embraced, the need to come together. Ustedes han estado diciendo, pues, que ya no quieren estar en esta posición, no quieren estar en el pasado, y queremos escuchar qué es lo que podemos hacer juntos. En inglés se llama breaking bread, ¿verdad? Aquí, pues, nosotros siempre podemos hablar y disfrutar de uno, de otro, con comida. Yo vine y fui voluntaria durante el Día de Gracias aquí, and I was a volunteer. I did not bring any of my propaganda campaign. I was here as a citizen of D4, but yet, yo vine nomás a ser voluntaria, no vine con mi campaña ni nada, sino que al sentarme con las gentes, la necesidad estaba allí de hablar, de discutir, de preguntar. I didn't come with that platform in mind to do any campaign at all. I wanted to work with people from the city. They're good friends of mine. Dr. Mo is a good friend as well. And so I just came to volunteer. But what I found is that there was a need for having these conversations. And it was really nice to sit down and eat. I sat down with many of you to eat. And then we just had a conversation about what your needs are. Era, se movió sin planearlo. ¿Por qué? Porque cuando ya estamos en la mesa, estamos compartiendo y estamos, eso, hay unidad. Entonces, ese era el plan, que nosotros hiciéramos algo el lunes y traer el pozolito, y pues, si alguien trae por chocolate, alguien trae pastelito, y hacer la machaca, como decimos en Italia. So that was the plan.
Okay, so one of the things.
No estoy pidiendo que lo tengan, den el endorsement, no estoy pidiendo nada de eso. Simplemente compartir una comida y sentarnos en la mesa, hablar y discutir.
So that is more than, she's more than welcome to rent one of the facilities and have this community event. One of the things that we have in our bylaws states that, it says here, the chamber in all its activities shall not be partisan, non-section, non-sectarian, and shall not take part in or lend its influence to the election of any candidate for nation, state, county, or city office. So, hold on a second, let me finish talking. We understand that she wants to introduce herself, she wants to talk to the community, she wants to get feedback, she wants to, and that is more than fine. I agree with a lot of these and a lot of ideas that she has, but in order to use one of our buildings for her posada that she wants to have, there is a rental fee.
I disagree.
So,
I think we should take a vote on it. Then use the parking lot?
no,
Should just use the parking lot?
no. If she wants to use it, there's a rental fee for the building. She could use this, she could rent it, she could have the community come out here, she could speak to them. But by us waiving that, it's by us also being a part of it. And we can, like I said, and I suggested to them that we could come and be here and hear her out. There's nothing wrong with that because we all have our personal views and opinions of who we want. But this is not, her coming here is not doing a posada because she is running. And what she is doing is introducing herself to the community, and she wants to hear what people have to say. That is something that she's doing because she is running for the ID. Same thing if it was Ryan Kelly, just so you guys know, wanting to do that, there will also be a fair square.
Okay, what about, she had that position, how we can get help and we don't help her?
We are not, and again, it goes back to our bylaws, we do not help.
Which bylaws are
person object, Article 2, and I just read it, bottom line, section 4.
So can we vote on this? Because I feel she's doing it for our community. This building, this chamber, and the thing like I told you about, is for our community. She's not here representing herself or doing any political. She's here because she wants to give more soda to our community.
Yeah.
So I feel she shouldn't have to represent me.
So, she's not gonna have her.
What about?
She's just putting on a
Entonces,
dinner.
¿por qué no permites? Si ella es para nosotros, la comunidad, entonces nosotros tenemos que contar como comunidad.
No,
Ella no
tenemos-
viene a vendernos nada.
Tenemos que ayudar a
Ella nos ayudó
¿A quién nos?
y qué bien nos ayudó, ¿verdad? Entonces ahora sí se puede.
Yo lo que, a mí, he estado aprendiendo mucho de ustedes, hablando con ustedes, todo. Y lo que a mí me interesa es, si puede traer más voces para escuchar a las demás voces y poder unirnos. Ya Eric lo dijo ahorita, se tienen que asegurar que estén listos cuando llegue el tiempo, ¿verdad? Pero, you all have to, do what you want. This is your community. If you don't allow me to come here, I'll find a different way to reach out to the community. But I just figured it's Christmas. I reached out to Victoria and I told her we wanted to do it this, same day you guys are doing this. I love that what she said. Yo le hablé también a ella para ayudar a los staffs. Ellos no votan. Vamos a hacer lo mismo allá. Y dijo, si lo puedes mover al domingo mejor para que las familias puedan tener 3 comidas. Van a poder comer aquí el sábado, van a poder comer contigo el domingo y luego si tienes la posada el lunes van a tener 3 comidas seguras esas familias. And when she said that, when she touched my heart when she said that, can you please move this? If it's not even inconvenient for you and your committee, move it so that we can feed 3 families 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And I abided, I said, good, and I'm actually getting donations of toys to help that community, ensure that the kids have stuff. I've been reaching out to people, because it's that time of getting together.
I completely understand where you're coming from, and like I said, I'm not against what you're doing. I really am not. I think that what you're doing is a good thing, but before you're running for the IID, why weren't you present here?
Supervisor.
Okay, why weren't you here doing the same thing? It's come up, because this is the first time you come out here tonight, and when you came for the Thanksgiving, and again, we are grateful. But here's the reality. You're doing this because you're trying to show people who you are and what you represent. And I'm not against what you're saying and what you're doing. And I think I expressed to you that it was really good to see a woman running for that position, and I do say that. But this is the fact. The fact is that you're doing this because you are running for a position that has to do with medical use. It's a county. So, again, my answer is that you could rent the space. I'm not saying that you can't, but there is a fee. And it's the same thing if Ryan County came out here. There's a fee. I'm sorry. We want you here. You're getting donations. You can pay for the building. You can pay for the building because, again, remember, we pay for bills here too. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying what you're doing. I'm just saying this is what it is. We're asking that you fill out an application.
We've actually done this, and we're doing it in different communities, it's not just yours.
Yeah, that's what I'm
This is
saying.
the only one that has pushed back. Lo estamos haciendo en otras comunidades y es voluntario.
How much is it? Maybe something.
For this building itself is $300. For the bigger building, it's $500. I wouldn't see why she couldn't rent it. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with both of you. You are right, you have your bylaws, she should pay. I'm gonna agree with her that you can then make a special compensation, maybe lower the rent.
Yeah.
And offer them to the others, and you're clear.
Yeah, I agree on that.
That shows the contribution to the campaign,
Yeah.
she lowers the amount, say that they want to pay her one for her, and so
You're right,
too.
so, yeah, you're right. It kind of, it all falls back. One of the things that I keep pushing forward, hold on, one of the things that I keep pushing forward is that we don't have any gray area.
Right.
Because we have,
I agree.
so then, I am sorry, and again, like I'm saying, it's not personal, I get why everybody wants to,
Okay,
that's fine,
what
but
about
there's
if I
a,
rent, what about if I rent this place?
if you rent it for her, then that's fine. You sign the contract, you pay the fee, and that's what it is. Because again, nobody pays for our electricity, but that money is for that.
Now, because I'm gonna cover the whole, over there at the gate, and then I've been helping you guys for nothing, so you're gonna rent it to me at 50%.
Sorry.
Oh, yes. You be
Anyways,
lower, look,
that is-
I don't wanna go against you, but you be lower the prices.
That's why I have options. The last, lo último que quiero ver es que se nos dividamos por este caso.
No,
Tengo otras opciones.
estamos buscando
Tengo
soluciones.
otras opciones, yo, pero no voy a hacer la más fácil. I have other options, this is what.
Okay, come to the side for you all. No pressure.
Always different from church at 17.
Nobody is in a.
I'm not gonna stay away, I just want to make sure that
It's just that, like I said, I agree with a lot of things you say, and I've been following you, just so you know. I know what you've been through. I worked for a criminal attorney during the time that you went through, I know, the most challenging time in your life. And I'm telling you, I know your story, and I admire you for everything that you do and that you've done. Honestly, you're an admiration to me. But I also have to look for what is the best benefits for the chambers, because, again, we don't have a lot of money coming in, and I'm trying to respect this, because if I waive it for you, then I'm gonna have to waive it for somebody else, and I can't do that.
And that might be a good opportunity for all of you, because that means that you can feed your families 4 more times, because there's 4 other candidates.
The
So
thing
like
is,
Eric said, if you do it for one, you offer it to others. And you know what one candidate told the other people who we've been doing this with, we don't care about those voters, we're okay, we're gonna focus on Raleigh, we're gonna focus in Calapan.
How come you lower sometimes the rent?
I don't, not myself.
I can answer that. I can answer that.
You be lower the rent.
No.
Yes.
If you're a member, listen to me, if you're a member, you get $50 off for any who's a member, okay?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you get $50 off of the member, of the rental fee. So now, do you wanna pay for your league to have her Lozada here?
We already mentioned other options, and I'm being honest, because the last thing I want is for this to be a dividing factor here. What our messages, our platform is unity. So lo último que quiero es dividir a todos ustedes. Lo que la plataforma de nosotros es unir a la comunidad. Entonces, si esto no es posible y no está dentro de nuestro budget de pagar tanto por rentar y luego también traer las cosas que vamos a traer, no es.
You must
so no es,
understand, she's gonna,
entonces, lo podemos hacer en otra parte y todavía servir a la
You know how
comunidad.
people have complained that people don't follow the rules of the bylaws.
And
And so I'm here today to do that, and that's what I've been doing. I'm sorry, this is why,
escúchame, yo hablar con ella
but this is what it is. Our bylaws state what it is.
sobre eso.
So I am sorry, but there's things in life, rules that we don't like, and we just have to follow them.
So I think that it's extremely interesting that a lot of the bylaws that are written down for the chamber go completely against what a 501c4 is. Because a 501c4 does just that, it gives a place for political parties to do things, it gives places for schools to do things, it gives places for different residents from out of town to do.
That's why we're
similar
trying
stuff.
to make it better.
I understand that, I just think that it's interesting
It's
that a
just-
lot of your bylaws
I know.
directly contradict.
I agree, that's why I
what
said
your
our
status
bylaws
is.
need to change.
They
I
really do.
said that.
So that's something. that
That's the
everyone-
goal, that's the goal, and
So that's what it's, that everybody's conflicted with, so.
También lo podemos hacer en una casa, también, podemos hacerlo en el workshop, o podemos hacerlo en la tarde de la tienda. Ya es podido buscar, porque yo quiero
I would ask if we take a
Eso
vote.
están esperando, que estos cometan un error, ahí la reportamos. Si me entiendes, no son ellos.
We have to
Son
vote.
los
Okay,
demás.
I will just say, the incumbent has been using community funds to do just that. The incumbent has been doing that, using community funds to do that.
Okay,
So
people.
I'm just
No,
trying.
no, okay, I got another suggestion. What about if we cooperate all together to rent the place for her?
No, she said other options in Niland.
Yeah.
She's not.
Ahora, todos seguimos diciendo, pero.
No, I don't want you to go with the back, and you find.
No, yo estaba comiendo ahí, ahora fuimos a comer ahí a cosas, and when you say that I'm not here regularly, it is something that I'm learning, and I haven't been hiding that. I have not. But what I have learned is even though you do have a representative, the one thing that's been very obvious is that not always do all residents have that voice. And that's why I'm coming out here to listen. That's it.
¿Será el gobernador de California? No, I mean, no, estoy equivocado.
There's no more, you don't even have to put that because you don't want to make
Eduardo García. April, ¿por qué aceptaron a Eduardo García aquí? ¿Y por qué aceptan todos los políticos que vienen aquí?
You know what, again, I am so sorry about that.
No.
Yeah, there's no answering, I can't give you an answer.
Y yo sé, lo mismo que le estás diciendo a ella, yo se lo dije a Eduardo García.
Exactamente.
Tú nunca vienes aquí, no, y es político.
Exactamente,
Okay.
that's why.
Pero todos los políticos del Valle Imperial aquí siempre han
Okay,
aceptado.
but the thing is that we're making change. If we keep living in the past and keep doing the things from the past, we're never gonna change. Eventually, things have to change. Change is the hardest thing for everybody. Change is me being the mean person, the bad person. It's okay, I'll be the mean and bad person, but I know that what I'm doing, I know that I'm not doing anything wrong. So it's okay, I'll take on that role, but this is what it is.
Look, nobody's against you. This is a conversation that how we can find a way, but nobody's against you. Nobody's against her. So I try to figure it out.
We don't have a lot. She's never been here before. She's here now. She wants to make positive change with our community and do stuff for us. And we're saying no because of old reasons. That's craziness.
Can I have your attention?
A board member called for a vote and it got shut down.
Come on. I just asked our treasurer, and I'm gonna ask our president and our Google, who's our director. I am willing to put with the U area, pitch in, so you can have her here. I just asked her if I can do it without getting kicked out. She said I can do it. I'm not. That was a weird.
She's not gonna be in representation of the chamber.
I'm
She's
not,
doing
I'm
that
not a
for her
citizen
own
of Niland, so
private.
I can do
There's
it.
nothing wrong with
Me and you areas can do it. Whoever wants to help pitch in, a little.
Mark too, I don't have a problem with her.
Okay, we're all gonna pitch in. Whoever wants to help.
You chose to her.
I chose to follow the bylaws and not
Exactly.
have it as a free,
Exactly.
as a free bit.
Citizen.
Yeah,
I
but
understand exactly, yeah.
So we're not doing this
You
as
chose
chamber
what is
members.
right.
That's problem solved then.
Yeah,
That's
we're
what
not
I'm
doing
saying.
this. Let it be known, let it be known, we're not doing this as a chamber board, we're doing it as citizens from Niland to have her posada here on Monday from 6 to 8. Everybody, please let everybody know que están invitados la posada que va a estar aquí el miércoles a las 6 hasta las 8.
El miércoles o el lunes.
El lunes. I'm sorry. Monday, lunes. I'm sorry.
So then that has been solved, and like I said, it's nothing against her,
We just don't want to get in trouble with that.
We don't, and actually, because you're a 501c4, you wouldn't.
But because they better.
But because your bylaws are hurting your 501c4, you need to change that.
Oh, I
Because
agree.
if not,
Okay.
it's one of those things that when nonprofits decide to have two strong arms,
Yeah.
it's a 501c4 and it's a 501c3.
And would there be something that we can change as far as amending the?
Yes, you can add that to your list on that day.
Okay. Okay, so between me, Martha, whoever else, Eric, we're gonna contribute so we can pay for her usage as citizens, so Julie can have her
I
posada.
don't want you feel that.
I don't care.
That.
but it is what it is. I'm just
You know,
following what
breaking
it says,
your rules.
but I said, I'm not breaking my
No,
rules.
no. Then we pretend that you breaking your rules. I understand, you already explained it to me, I understand. But in the same time, on the other hand, she wants to do that for the community. It's not political, it's just, because she wanted to do it.
And I did mention that we wouldn't have any poster cards, nothing regarding the campaign.
Yeah.
Simply.
Nadie va a traer banderitas y.
And having a conversation the way we did it on Thanksgiving.
So can I ask you what you bring me?
So,
That's it?
¿qué vas a traer?
Myself.
It's great, but I just, it was, I wanted you guys to understand that this is the last thing I wanted to do. I really want to get to know the community. I really want to sit down and listen. And I found that this was easy. We did it in Salt Lake City already twice.
But you gotta remember, Salton City, you're comparing communities to Niland. Salton City, I don't know much about Salton City, but I do feel from what I see in maybe some terms of the social media, there's more, it's a better community, there's more income. And Niland, honestly, there's hardly any money that comes in here. How many?
That's the reason.
Yeah, but for that same reason, we're not saying you can't afford to be here, but we're asking for money that is to keep our doors open.
Niland is falling apart little by little.
So the Queen, whatever, I want to bring you guys the money.
Okay,
I'm putting my 2 grandkids in there. Okay. And I got people working the prison, you name it.
okay, meeting adjourned, 9:05.
Hey, shut up.